They can hear us
Ninja,
now.
isn't
Go,
this what
Ninja,
this
go.
is? Hey guys, welcome to this
One
episode
dice
of
where we messed up the intro
Ball
beforehand, and now we're back.
Shut up! Welcome to this episode of Dummies and Dice. That's basically all I got. So, welcome to this episode of Dummies and Dice. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And this episode is brought to you by 6 Idiots, 1 Dice because it's off purple.
Hey guys!
Wait, they're sponsoring us? We're getting paid by them?
Wait,
Nice.
we're getting
Yeah,
paid?
they're giving us a DM.
I finally have a job!
I just hurt myself, so it's gonna be a good session.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I just
hey,
had-
it wasn't me.
I just
No,
realised
they're not-
something.
They're not.
We
They're
should get
lending.
sub
They're
to
lending
do
you
the
guys
intros.
me and perps. That's how they're sponsoring
Yeah,
us.
Wow, you belong to them.
Ugh,
Don't,
that's a
Thank you,
scary.
You ask.
That's a
Don't give them that
scary.
power.
That's a scary idea to belong to everyone over there. I love them, but that's a scary idea.
I mean, it depends who you ask, really.
I
Yeah.
don't like the idea of you. Oh, no, none of them.
Nah.
Not even
I don't know.
poor
half
Wessel. Poor, cute, innocent Wessel.
That's-
The key word there is
that's not-
innocent, and I
that's
feel like
not
that's
true.
incorrect.
That's.
Love you,
no.
Wessel. Alright. You know what I just
What am I
realized,
doing?
Ninja? We should get Sub to do these, because... Yeah.
Then
I
I
mean,
could
we
just, go into my spiel and not sit here as we waste precious, precious seconds of possible bore coming back or not tension.
Just do it.
Okay, I'm shutting the fuck up now. Take it away, sub.
All right. When we last left off, our party had just reconvened after splitting up and seeking out something rather rare indeed. Information. More specifically, information on the creature they are being asked to hunt down. The sea cats require the salivary glands of a creature called a basilisk to be able to attempt to bring back an old friend and reverse some parts of nature. They each sought out different avenues on where to find this information. One took the library, whilst another sought out the guards. The others rushed around a lot before heading to an arcane practitioner, hoping for him to be able to use his arts to help. After learning that even with divination there are restrictions on what can be found out, they did, however, learn where they could look for these creatures. The newest member of the party spent most of the day recovering and getting lost around the city, however. The party now advances towards the Hallow Peaked mountains, in hopes of finding their quarry and retrieving the parts they require. They have left the makeshift coffin, a rather large trunk, in the capable paws of Sabangel's sister, Kimi, whilst they venture forth on this journey.
There's
I
one
would-
thing you forgot.
I would say
That's-
mighty quest for epic loot, but you're literally going out to steal a snake's
something.
salivary glands, so you know.
Well, is it stealing if it's dead? Let's be
Nope.
perfectly honest.
No, it's
No,
murder.
that just changes the
Lord.
charge to murdery. To murdery? To murder.
Murdery.
Murdery.
Good job.
Murdery,
Murdery.
guys.
Sub's word of the day.
Hmm.
Murdery.
Murdery.
This
It's a
this
murdery
texture
approach.
and this
Yeah, you won't
taste.
exactly
It's very
explain
murdery,
about
you
it.
know? It's very bubbly, very
Oh, look, a
murdery.
murdery of crows. It's a bunch of young crows. There you go. It's a murdery. Mixture of nursery and murder.
Oh, jeez.
So wait, has Cerno told us where he got the information from?
Nope. You guys have been traveling for a day now as Sano attempted to make antitoxin.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I made one.
You are approaching a thick tree line after having
I'm on
spent
the
the night
horse.
camping.
So Cerno, where did you find this information?
Johan.
Oh, he was managed to identify where one was.
Yeah. Something like that.
What do you mean, something like that?
Well, he couldn't find the specific location of one, but he knew where to look. He's still concentrating on his, like, setup. Bumping around in the car.
As in, he just took a guess, or
I don't know.
trusting the batty old man where to find monster. Great.
What? No.
Johan. Do, 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 do. My head all I have stuck in my head. Whenever I hear Johan, I'm just like, Johan. Down, I said, Johan.
We are not the village people.
We can be.
Yeah.
You said that Kimi was like black and white, right?
White with black.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know.
Pretty sure
White with
she's
black
sat in the
stripes,
room, not gonna
or-
lie.
She's not striped. She's spotted.
Oh.
And it's you only saw she wears clothes, so you only see essentially her wrists, hands, and essentially feet because she doesn't wear shoes.
I would assume her face as well.
Yeah, and her face and a bit of her neck, but
Cat wearing shoes.
Oh yeah, I
is
still have the
weird.
ribbons on. I totally forgot all about that.
Oh.
I mean, we've been traveling for at least 2 days now. It's like,
a
I
day.
don't think I just noticed.
okay, a day.
Hang on a minute.
Bidet.
She's eating
Well, a
something
day
she
and a bit.
shouldn't.
Stop her.
Bidet.
She's talking
when
about a
we-
cat.
When we
No.
get into the trees, thus past the tree lines, I would like to cast Primeval Awareness again.
Well, you're not quite at the trees yet. You are coming up towards the forest.
Are these the ones where we saw the people looking for Agnes?
Yes, but not in the same position. They were down here.
I mean, we saw them
we're
die.
not on the
so
we're not on the other map, by the way.
No, that's
we're
fine.
on the starting screen.
Oh, my apologies.
Wait, hold on.
It's
I
not-
want to draw a smiley.
well-
God damn it. Okay.
We'll
You,
I'll
you
show
cut
everyone where we
through
are
this
on
part of the
stream.
forest.
where we're
Yeah.
heading, where we've been, where we're heading.
Saw the funky tree, and saw them get apparently squashed and eaten by a dragon.
I want
Is there any
to-
signs of the dragon?
Roll a perception check.
That was the one.
we are on the map, everyone.
I can use Primeval Awareness in case the dragon is
That's-
within 6 miles of us.
Okay, add another one to that.
Which doesn't
'cause
help.
I have a. Yeah.
11?
Yeah.
From what you can see, there is no sign of a dragon in the vicinity. You glance up and down, the forest appears forest-like. You don't see any giant green creatures flying overhead.
No burnt, acid burnt stuff.
From looking around, not that you can see. The grass is grass-like. You're going along a lovely small sort of track. Doesn't seem to be used too often. You haven't
Oh,
really
yeah,
met
Nard
anyone
doesn't
along this
know.
path.
Nard doesn't know anything about the dragon, does he?
Nope.
And Seven, go listen to see if there's any animals nearby.
You can also roll a perception check.
And can I ask Night Eyes to fly up into the air and do a quick couple of circles to have a look around?
Certainly can.
Agnes will be driving the cart, by the way.
That would be his perception, wouldn't it?
I'm riding alongside.
What time of
Yeah,
day
you got
is
your
it?
horse.
Because it takes
Glancing around Savangao, you see that there are there seems to be signs of a few rabbits nearby, probably some other larger creatures, but they've scarpered at the sound of a very clunky cart coming through. So I know the time. You're kind of halfway through second day of travel at this point in time.
Do I have enough to make another vial?
You tried twice. No, you tried 3 times last time, didn't you?
I don't remember, so
I thought he made one successful,
one fail. I remember
unsure,
that
and one
much.
fail.
No, he saved the fail with his luck, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. You have one
No.
unsure, one successful. You have enough to make one more.
Do I have the time to
Mm.
make one?
Whilst you've been traveling, yes, you do have the time.
All right.
Just bearing in mind that whilst traveling in the back of a car, it's going to be more difficult to be able to succeed in doing this.
Yeah, that's cool. It's what proficiency do I add?
Just add 4 because that's what you did last time.
All right. That'd be a 17.
That'd be a 17. During most of the journey, even with the bumps, you're beginning to get a bit used to it, and upon mixing, grinding, doing what you've learnt from your mentor, you believe that you have also successfully created a second bottle of antitoxin. So you have 2 which are successful and 1 which you're kind of, it might work.
All right, I want to separate the one that's iffy from the other 2, and I'm gonna put
All
them
right.
in my pockets or somewhere safe,
Certainly.
and pack up the rest of the stuff because I can't do anything more. If that
You
at
are
least.
indeed out of supplies for that.
Shame. Utter shame.
You are. As for Night Eyes, he doesn't see anything particularly like a dragon.
Nice. Okay. Hence, and nothing else worth worrying about. That just no dragons. Great.
All right. So you guys continue on towards the forest. The day's sun is
Mhm.
kind of. It's warming. You are still in a somewhat northern part of the continent, so it's. It's a bit. It's a bit nippy, but it's not freezing cold. You
I've
do
got 2
continue-
sets of clothes. I'm good.
Is Agnes just wearing one set over the other?
I mean, one is like normal travelers and one's fine, so she's just got this like fancy dress just wrapped around her.
Not even being worn, just sort of
Nope.
draped over her.
That's fair.
I'm slowly just poofing my weapon in and out of existence because I'm bored.
All right.
What's Daeron doing, if anything?
He's just kind of sat in the cart, glancing around, muttering to himself.
Nothing drawn
No.
his attention.
Nothing has grabbed his attention as of yet.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. So I assume you continue into the forest.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
If I'm in the cart, I'll move up front towards near Agnes's helmet, just because this is my favorite terrain, so I will lend a hand.
Nice.
So, what are we doing?
Basilisk.
Right. Well, forgot the little accent. So the plan's to revive y'all's bugbear, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Kill Basilisk, revive Bugbear.
All right.
All right. So what did you say you were doing again, Arsene?
Sitting up front with Agnes.
Yes, so because it's my favorite terrain. And then when we're in the trees, I will cast Primeval Awareness. No.
All right. Well, upon casting Primeval Awareness, you do not sense any dragons nearby,
Nice.
except for Night Eyes. Actually, no, you sense one dragon nearby.
Oh
Very
no!
close.
Since you cannot detect what it is, where it is, or how large it is.
Night Eyes counts as a dragonoid?
It's a dragon.
When she,
I thought it was
Wouldn't,
like
uh,
the
wouldn't Arsene be
Eyes.
used to like?
Is a
She
dragon.
was more worried if if Arsene cast it and there wasn't a dragon nearby.
Wait, it's
Wait, there's
Two
only
dragons,
one
five
dragon,
dragons.
right?
So a wyvern.
Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. Does it?
He at the moment is only picking up one dragon.
But if they've cast it before, they would know that it would pick up
And it's Night Eyes.
Night Eyes.
Maybe it's Nar, because he's a dragonborn.
See, I was about to say, like, wouldn't I
Oh.
pick up the
Does
fucking
it?
radar?
Does the spell actually tell you how
Guys.
many there are? Or is it just ping that there is something?
It doesn't. It just tells me if there's something nearby.
Yeah, it just tells. So she only knows that there are dragons. There is possibly dragons nearby. Well, no, there are definitely dragons nearby.
So,
How
okay,
many? What
does-
size? Do they want to eat us? Who knows?
I don't know.
I'm now curious. Does it pick up with Dragonborns or no?
I don't know.
DM, does it pick up with Dragonborns?
You don't know.
God damn you! Fine.
God damn it. Night Eyes interfering with my spells.
And maybe no. I don't know.
That's true. I don't know if they do count. Or if they count as
Dude, he's not telling us.
humanoid. I thought they counted as humanoid, but
I thought dragon humanoid. I don't know.
I don't know. Do I sense anything besides vague dragons?
Dragons, elementals,
Hmm.
fae.
Okay, but no, nothing. Okay, those are the typical ones.
No aberrations, celestials, or fiends or undead.
Okay, I think it was mainly undead and dragons I was the most worried about.
Well, you got dragons.
Wait, primeval awareness doesn't trigger for me, and I have fiendish blood. So maybe it won't trigger on
Well, you're a-
I think
Dragonborn.
that would not include yourself, caster. I would
No,
assume.
I don't
It
think
doesn't
would.
specify.
I think the main point is we have no clue where this dragon is.
Nope.
Oh well, looks like
To
we're gonna
ease
fight
some
dragons.
tension, yes, humanoids, dragonborns are humanoids, so they don't ping it up, nor would tieflings. However,
Okay.
it does not tell you how many or location, so all you know is that there are dragons nearby.
So Night Eyes is basically just fucking
Yep.
chilling.
Side eyes, night eyes.
Everyone's panicking. There's just Night Eyes sat on the roof or
Just like,
something.
sup. Well, Night Eyes is within 6 miles, even if he is still flying overhead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Bless him. I should have been like, night eyes, fly 6 miles off. It was so mean.
Wow.
No, I love them too much. They wouldn't do that.
Wait, Nate, I have a question.
Hmm.
For the spell stuff, like I should have asked this earlier, but for the spell stuff, when we go to sleep, can I change one of the spells or no?
No.
No,
okay. I don't know how
not
to
that
do
class.
Nope. These are spells which you pick permanently and you know permanently.
Okay. So I have to learn different spells. Damn it.
When you level up,
Yeah, when you level up is when you can learn a new spell.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I'm effectively stuck with Thunderclap. I'm happy with that. And Shape Water,
Well,
and
if you're
there was
happy and you
something
know it,
else.
clap your hands.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, no, only
Produce flame. That was it.
wizards, druids, and clerics can essentially relearn learn different spells, but then their cantrips
okay.
they're stuck with anyway.
Neat. Okay, that's all I had.
Actually, I think paladins are able to relearn spells as well. I would have to look into that. I've never dealt with a paladin, so I honestly can't remember.
Can rangers change a
No.
spell when they level up? Curses.
When
That's
they
fine.
level up, no, I don't think so. I think that is primarily a sorcerer's ability. I would have to look into their spell into the.
Wait, we
specifics
can
of what the class say.
change?
A sorcerer, when leveling up, gains one spell and can change one of their spells they already know to a new spell.
I
Oh.
need to remember that.
Wow, okay. That's the same with druids?
Druids can change their spell. So the sorcerer's changing spells does not work with cantrips, I believe.
No, probably not.
So it's first level and up. When a sorcerer levels up, because they are all the other spellcasters who are primary casters, so wizards, druids, clerics, they can all change their spells every time they rest. So sorcerer, you lose some of that versatility with the ability to use a meta magic. But with sorcerers, so they're not like, because obviously if you start at level 1, you're only able to take level 1 spells, which will be the vast majority of your spell slots. And then each level up, you only unlock one new spell. So if you start as a character at level 1, and took them to level 20, and you weren't allowed to change out spells. You have a ridiculous amount of lower level spells and very few higher level spells. With the ability to change a spell out each level up, means that they can keep some. They can change out some of the lower level spells they may not use as much to get access to more high powered spells. It just allows them a little bit more versatility because their whole shtick is casting, but they are limited to what spells they can know. Whereas all other main
Awesome.
casters can just each night just change through all their spells. The side
Nice.
casters like rangers, again, I'm gonna say paladins, eldritch knights, warlocks, arcane tricksters. You're essentially locked into what you pick, but then again, you don't get many spells anyway, and it's not your main thing.
We're learning about D&D. Yeah. But anyways,
Let's go 5.
yeah. Well, I was going to strike up a little conversation before anything. So, I got a question for the group. How the hell did y'all meet?
The job.
That's it?
Yeah, pretty much. And it just worked.
Cerno's packing up his equipment in the back. He's not paying attention at all. He's focused.
What about, little one seems the most devastated about, the bug.
They knew each other before they met us. Other than that, I don't really know. They haven't said much about their past.
Sounded like they'd known each other a long time, but they never
Mhm.
specified.
Well,
Mm.
okay. Just long, boring ride. We probably haven't been saying much, so they figured I'd try to break the ice, because
Well,
once you guys get your bugbear going, I'm heading south.
what takes you south? Actually, I've been wondering. Seem to be heading down that way from up north.
Yeah. Well,
How far go?
what were you asking? Sorry, I got a little bit of stuff in my throat.
What takes you south, and how far do you plan on going?
Well, I'm actually originally from the south, but I transferred up there to be, well, I joined the military for a while. But, an event happened I wasn't too pleased with. So,
Isn't the south where the war's happening?
You heard of a war on ever so slight retcon. I've broken
Thank
the
you.
landmass. I've broken the landmass up ever so slightly. So the southern end of this continent is actually where Agnes is from. Agnes was southern end of the continent. Then there are other continents which are south from there, which is what the war to which you've heard of.
Mm.
so
Okay,
yeah,
thank you.
basically,
Were you
an
from a
event-
different continent?
No, not really. But, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah with that one. Yeah, I wasn't originally from there, but I've been with the military for a while, and they said, "Hey, we need you to go up here." So I was like, "Okay, cool." Came here. I know a little bit about Mapletide and the small town of, what the fuck is it called? Because I don't remember. Findalen and Neverwinter. I stopped through a little bit, but I don't
And how
know.
far south do you plan on going now?
As far as away as I fucking can, because I didn't really leave on good terms.
Mm.
So,
Hmm.
It happens.
yep, it does.
Well, good luck to you then.
Well, thank you.
All
You're
right.
so good at this.
So the car slowly makes its way along with your two horses, with Agnes and Arsene sat in the lead. controlling them, slowly making its way, twisting and turning through the now relatively dense forest. There doesn't seem to be too much life around, and it is through Arsene's general knowledge of woods such as these, which is allowing you to keep on your course towards the Hallowed Peak Mountains.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, as night begins to fall, it's kind of hard to notice here for Sano. Upon entering the forest, and actually Nah doesn't have dark vision either. Upon entering the forest,
Weird.
for a couple miles, Dragonborns don't have dark vision. For a couple miles, it started to become quite difficult for you guys to actually see. It's not pitch black, but it is very dimly lit. The canopy of the trees is very thick and covers pretty much most of the light. There's small beads of light which get in and are sort of cast in a greenish light from passing through leaves and such. But kind of difficult for you to see. Everyone else, it's fine. It's like you're stood in daylight with your dark vision. But it is dimly lit. However, as this dim light slowly fades into darkness, you realize that it's probably about time you start to set up camp.
We'll do that.
How far through the forest would you say we are now?
You're only a couple of miles into it at this point. You've got at least a day's travel.
I thought we'd already set up camp
Yeah, I thought we did earlier.
at the end of last session.
Yeah.
We did 1 day's travel, yeah.
You did 1 day's travel. You're now into the forest, to which has been a 2nd day's travel.
Oh, okay.
Which is like 90 miles in 2 days.
Mm.
Okay.
When setting up camp, can we make sure there's no like large tracks of large beasts or anything nearby?
Sure, make an investigation check.
I'll check for
Investigation.
I get
I'll
bonuses
assist
from
her.
checking for beasts. Where are the beasts?
You're assisting?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have advantage on this since it's my favorite.
Only 2 people do it.
Oh,
Or
that's
someone.
fine.
So 2 people can do it whilst everyone else is setting up the tents. You can't all just do it. Or if you do, you're going to spend a lot of time here.
Would you like me to check for?
I mean, yeah, I'll help you. So you roll. Well, you got advantage anyway.
I believe I do. Let me check favorite terrain.
Wisdom-based checks in.
You have advantage on survival checks when tracking your favorite enemies. Wait, where's my favorite terrain gone?
So I can roll anyway.
Your proficiency
Right.
bonus doubles proficient skills when you make an intelligence or wisdom related check. Okay, so I get. So instead of a +4 to survival, I get +8.
+6.
+6. Oh,
It's
proficiency
double your
bonus. Okay.
Proficiency bonus, which is already it's currently 2, so it's add another 2.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
So I might as well roll as well.
If you want to assist her, or you can roll yourself. If she doesn't
I
have
thought she-
advantage, she just
Oh.
has
I
an
thought I did.
increased modifier.
Unless I specifically look for beasts, but
No,
it
then
only
you
be
roll
because of
because
the
you've got a bigger modifier.
okay. Where is my? I'll roll my survival macro and then just take an extra 2-1. Yeah, it's 10.
All right. From looking around, there doesn't appear to be many tracks at all in this forest. It seems to be quite well. You wouldn't say empty. There are a lot of trees, and there are probably bugs and insects, but nothing like
Wait,
too large.
I helped you so you got advantage.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Sorry, thank you.
And then roll with advantage.
Nope.
Sorry,
God, I'm so good at rolling these dice.
Oh yeah. Same as before. Your camp is set up. Your 3 tents. I assume you detach the horses, attach them to a tree, park the car, settle down for the night.
I hate these dice so much.
Hate the
Y'all don't
Dice.
You mind if I take third watch? Or the last one?
If you
What?
so wish.
That'd be fourth watch.
Yeah. Numbers.
Cerno will
I will
help
take the-
start a small campfire. Such.
All right.
I
it's
would
easy
say I'd
enough
use
to-
my breath weapon, but it's lightning.
I'll take a what? I'll help out one of the two without dark vision, if you so want.
Well, Sono sets up a small campfire. It's easy enough for you to gather twigs and branches to
Menus.
start the fire. There is a slight problem of there isn't really too much space for the smoke to rise out of the trees, so it does sort of start gathering above you, but not dangerous levels. You're outdoors and it does disperse, but it just smells a bit smoky now.
Yeah.
I was going to make a comment, but it's bad.
I was going to.
It smells like
to-
home to Agnes.
Woo!
I was going to say. Never mind. I don't remember how the song goes. Damn it! It's the la 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 lo la.
I don't know it.
I have no idea. So
Sure,
Nara's
sure.
taking fourth
Fine.
watch.
Cerno can take first.
All right.
Agnes will take third.
All right.
Um. Is Savinga wanting to take one? She
I
did.
I think she's still BRB'd.
Okay, then I'll take second instead then.
All right. So let's have them dice be rolled in order, please. So Sano,
Alright.
Mm,
Perception?
yes, with yeah, perception.
Let me just double check those +4. Yes, it is. EA. And I'll name it for you. Make it easier.
Oh,
That'd be
too
a
kind.
22. Good sir.
That would be a
Oh,
22. As you settle down, with the fire going, you can see around you, but you cannot see past the radius to which the fire is giving off light, which is 30 feet. This is somewhat discomforting to you, kind of weird. I mean, you're used to not being able to see, but just in this forest, there's a lot of trees, and you're really not used to it. You're used to wide open plains. And as you sort of sat there for a while, just sort of glancing out, you'd hear the fluttering of wings. And as you glance around, you notice that there's now just an owl perched in a tree.
I wave.
It just stares at you.
I go back to just sitting there.
All right. Time slowly continues to pass.
I know, right, Jim?
And given an hour or so, the owl flutters away. You don't notice anything else. It is hard for you with your limited vision to do so. But as you're as you come to the end of your watch, you go and awaken Arsene
Yep.
and make yourself at home in a tent.
Right, I'll roll my perception then. Can I roll Night Eyes' perception?
Yes, you may.
Yay! Bless you, Night Eyes.
Arsene, you don't particularly care what's happening. You're in your element and you're just relaxed.
I've missed it. It's so quiet.
It is quiet.
Too
Quite quiet
quiet.
indeed. And Night Eyes notices that as he sort of does a few circles overhead and just sort of a little bit of scouting, crawling along the floor, commando style, because he's bored, he notices and informs you. It takes you a little while for you to understand what he's trying to get across, but the sounds in this forest seem to be almost muffled. It's kind of weird. Sound just doesn't seem to travel as far.
Hmm.
However, nothing else really happens. Night Eyes does a fair bit of exploring around the camp. Nothing comes to greet you. And as your watch comes to an end, I assume you go wake up the third person,
Yep. To Agnes.
Agnes.
Uh-oh.
Spaghettios.
Mine's probably not gonna be okay.
Can I have day run roll?
Have day run roll, yes.
Well, as you sit down and you kind of go, hey, Dayron, you see anything? And he just sort of glances around and goes, I can't see anything with all this damn fog. And as you look, you notice that he's not right, but he's not wrong. There does appear to be a fair bit of fog now just sort of coating the floor, not obstructing view as per se, but there's light and sort of fog and a bit more heavy fog sort of coating the ground. You've seen it before, but it does make spotting things a wee bit more difficult. And for the rest of your watch, you are quite uptight, although nothing catches your attention, even if you are in a bit of a jumpy mood.
I just don't trust shit.
And finally, 'tis Nar's watch.
So I'm
Well,
not gonna lie, Nar is basically having his axe ready and just slowly polishing it, just scraping off everything, just taking good care of it.
Alright, well, whilst Nar is just casually, slowly and methodically just grinding the axe, making sure that the blade is sharp, polishing it, making sure that the wrappings on the handles still fit and are quite nice to hold, not going to blister his hands too much when with large amounts of use. He doesn't really notice much at all. Not really many sounds, the occasional snapping of sticks, but nothing really. And he also doesn't really notice the coming of morning, mostly because with the firelight, and as the fire goes out, the sun is starting to come up and casting a bit of light in the forest, but there's not too much difference. But in time, everyone does wake up. You pack up your things, and I assume you hit the road.
Is the fog all gone?
No, there's still a light fog across the floor.
Morning fog.
Mm.
Do you want me to take the lead if I can?
Sure.
Cerno will have waken up. Got spells
Indeed he has.
prepared. Pack up his tent. Ready to move.
I thought I'd start enjoying the silence a bit more.
No.
Anyway.
I'm just like, we need to have conversations. Like, it's so quiet, dull. Just like, Oh.
This is the comfy kind of quiet.
I just realized my character, the fucking Nar is not on the thing. I was like, oh, I don't see Nar.
No, he isn't.
But anyways, what I was thinking was, Nar is gonna try to get some information out of Cerno.
Gonna be nosy.
How do you
No.
go about this?
Hey,
Gonna get scratched.
Cerno, you were the closest with the bugbear. Do you mind me asking how y'all met?
Cerno looks at you. His eyes sharpen a little. I met him while on the road. And goes back to sitting in the cart. He's looking after his equipment. He's very focused on it.
Alright. We just stay silent for the rest of the damn trip because he's like, oh Jesus fucking Christ.
Hello, and welcome to the Grumpy People. How may we help you?
Agnes is giving evils, just like, do not hurt my child. Do not.
You did your best.
It hasn't
What am I
even occurred.
doing? Like-
It hasn't even occurred to Cerno that you're thinking that way yet.
No.
I doubt it ever will.
Doesn't notice the evil eyes being shot towards Snar as he's attempting conversation.
I feel sorry for Nara,
He
actually.
started
That's...
conversation and then
Sar's just sitting trying to have fucking peaceful conversations, break the awkward fucking silence.
Agnes was
I feel
fine with him, and then
so-
all of a sudden Cerno obviously was miffed, so Agnes was like, what the fuck have you done? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done?
I
Oh my
feel
God.
No,
I-
have civil conversation. Everyone's just going, no,
I-
sod off. We like being quiet and solitary.
I feel Na's pain. I feel it on an emotional level. I really do.
Oh, everyone attempts to keep you company, but Arsene is not sociable. It's just because I feel bad.
Cerno
Agnes
is
is used to
currently...
being seen and not heard.
Now that's painful.
Can I just sit and fucking just pet Night Eyes? Like, is this the only thing I want? Like, this, I feel like I could just sit. I'm gonna sit and
You could
chat
probably be.
no, I'm gonna sit and chit chat with Night Eyes in fucking Draconic the rest of the fucking way.
Well,
Yeah,
Night
no-
Eyes can't talk back.
I know,
Mm.
but I'm still gonna sit and fucking
Night
talk to
Eyes
him.
does understand Draconic.
Because I
That-
tell him things in Draconic sometimes.
I mean, the fact that he's a dragon kind of helps with the fact that he understands Draconic.
Mm.
But you know,
I was about to say the same thing. I was like, yeah.
I was gonna say Savangal probably wouldn't like just give you the evil eye. She'd probably be petting you or putting bows on your hair again or something. I don't know.
I'm basically just gonna sit and like, and then just like look at Night Eyes. Are they always like this? I'm just like,
Well, meanwhile, Arsene can understand what you're saying.
and it's just giving him devil eyes as well.
Oh,
are they always like this? Like,
That's
jeez,
so-
dude.
I don't know what Night Eye response would be. Oh, shrug.
You get the. Eventually, you get the understanding of, you live with it, sort of feeling from Night Eyes.
No, that's all.
It's just like,
And also, they give some of them give very good pets.
awesome.
Treats. I'll start keeping treats on me for him.
I'm just like, well, it's good that you're being taken care of. Hell, I think you're the most lively one in the goddamn bunch.
That's when you get the evils from the cat.
The cat's no different level. Doesn't even count slightly.
The cat's not here, so we can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you continue on your journey through the twisting and winding path along this forest. It seems to be. You're surprised that it's still free and able to pass through, considering that it doesn't seem like it would receive much use at all.
Wait, quick question. Would speak with animals work on Night Eyes?
No, it's a dragon.
Damn it.
I believe speak
Yeah.
with animals specifies beasts.
Oh, I've got that, so I'll
Mm.
check, but I do think it is. Continue on.
No. Well, comment can check for me. But yeah, I believe it specifies beasts, so
Speak with animals.
unfortunately not. Yeah, you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. So unfortunately, speak with animals would not allow you to communicate with Night Eyes.
Oh,
I mean, Night Eyes can already communicate with you, just not in proper talk.
via words. Yeah.
Anyway. So you continue along this path. And I would like. Who's driving? I assume Arsene and Agnes?
Mm-hmm.
With Cerno, Nar, Savangal sat in the back?
Well,
The-
I'm riding like a fair distance behind.
Oh
him.
yeah, he's got a horse.
He has
Christ.
his own. Oh, yes, he has his own horse.
I'm gonna ride like behind now. I'm just like, God damn, fucking antisocial people. Jeez.
And Night Eyes is with him, keeping him company.
hmm
I cannot.
He's got water flying.
All right. So, yes. Arsene and Agnes, make perception checks, please.
Get ready for another one.
Hey, that's actually decent.
Yay, we did it.
All right. Well, you both are seen before Agnes. Through the thick cluster of trees, you notice what appears to be a sort of flicker of light in the distance. And as the path slowly winds and weaves, you kind of nudge. Arsene nudges Agnes and points this out to her, who also notices this light. And as it grows, it appears to be light from a campfire. You can see a couple of tents. You're probably about 100 feet or so away at this point, and there appear to be some humanoids milling around.
What time of day is it?
Right now, you've been traveling for a while, so you're late morning.
Hmm.
Need to go check it out. Sneak away.
Considering our last interaction, we were in this area. No,
Hmm.
someone else can, but not me.
I'll go.
Sure.
That's what I'm offering. That's what I'm offering, to go sneak up, see if I can listen in on anything.
Are you guys
Could
speaking
send
loud
nice
enough for
eyes.
Cerno to hear?
Yes, I would assume so.
You're in the
What's
back.
going on?
You're about 150 feet away. If you talk too loudly, others might
Oh.
hear you.
Okay.
No, but Cerno can hear us.
What are you
No,
guys
it's
talking
fine.
about?
Just voice down.
What?
Can
What?
tell it? Can I? Oh God. Does it
There's
work?
people up ahead. A campsite.
Ah. Okay.
And knowing my history around this area and our last interaction,
Yeah. Okay.
then again, it could be to do with you. Who knows?
Yeah.
So our scene is offering to go see before us.
Yes.
I can
Oh.
turn into something small and go up if you want. The smaller I am,
Very true.
the less likely they are to notice me.
Should go together. Safer that way, in case. I don't know.
If you say so. He hops down, contemplates whether or not he's going to transform into something.
I assume at this point you have stopped the cart.
Yes.
Oh,
Bring it to a drop. Bring it to a drop. Bring it to a stop.
Whilst Cerno's contemplating what to transform into, I'll quickly pop back and tell Nara what we're thinking of doing real quick.
I mean, as Agnes brings it to a stop, Nar would have ridden up to the side of you.
Okay. I just voice hush, explain. Gonna go check it out.
Alright, I don't know this sub. What small animals can I transform into? Because I think I want to transform into something that does have the, like, all the hit dice and things set up, just in case we have to get into a scrap.
Well, you've mostly been in grassland.
Bugs.
Let's see.
Squirrel.
Perhaps a giant weasel, a boar.
Yeah, I'm looking for something
Let's see.
small.
Squirrel.
That'd probably
No.
be
Rabbit.
Tiny wise, there's
tiny.
yeah,
Grassland.
cat.
A flying snake. What the hell? Okay.
Yeah, it flies. I'm afraid.
Yeah. Alright.
And you also can't have a wait. Can you have a swim speed?
Yeah. Oh, wait. I think I can.
You could be a crab.
I'll transform into the cat.
We could claim rabbit and just give it a sort of. We could go rat, I guess.
I'm happy with any of them.
I mean,
Rat smaller.
it's a statistics for a slightly different rat, but it'll work.
Alright, rat it is then.
You have
Nice.
2 hit points and an armor class of 12 with a movement speed of 30.
Wow, the rat's faster than Cerno!
Yay!
You also have dark vision up to 30 feet.
Okay.
And
So then I should just be a rat all the
a
time.
strength of -4, a dexterity of +2, and a constitution of 0.
Okay.
I'll send you over.
Thanks, mate.
I would assume that
Ignore the
Savangal knows what's going on, so knows not to run after the rat, and it's not a toy.
Yes, Savangal has heard what you're saying.
Right. I'll add it to the list of things I can transform into.
Ignore the fact that you apparently have telepathy and illusion and telepathic shroud. You
Got
are
that. I'm just a
you
rat.
have the armor class, hit points, speed, senses,
And the bite.
and the bite.
Yep. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy.
All right. So, we small rat Cerno and Arsene are going to stealth forwards, are they?
Yes. We're gonna roll stealth.
All right.
Gorgeous.
Yes, stealth would be required.
That's a +2. I don't think I have advantage on that, so.
Do I
Oh no. Okay.
ask, in my favorite terrain, it says I can move a normal pace for stealth, but it doesn't mean I get any advantages, does it?
Nope, you can just walk faster than everyone else whilst you're stealthing.
You rolled the same thing. Oh no.
Oh no.
Alright, well, Sona, you scamper forwards. And Arsene, you decide to flank around the side. As you approach, Sono, you're a rat. Rats live in forests. You're sort of scampering around. You are able to actually go slightly further ahead of Arsene with this, where Arsene is trying to step carefully and slowly. There's quite a bunch of sort of thickets and such. But so she's having to sort of slow down, try and step through, but you are sort of hearing the rustling of leaves, a crack of the odd twig, but you don't particularly care. You're a rat. And as you sort of scarper forwards, you do notice that as you approach the camp, that one or two of these humanoids do appear to be looking in the direction to which you guys are coming from. But what you do notice, actually make a perception check.
Okay.
Can I see any of this? Am I seeing them fail?
You can hear Arsene not being that stealthy.
That's a 22.
With a 22, with your little rat nose and your little rat eyes, standing up on sort of hind legs to look over some of the grass, you lock eyes with a hobgoblin who sort of just glancing around, notices you, and sort of just goes back to sitting around the small campfire with what appears to be a small rodent being cooked. Well, several small rodents to be precise, but seemingly no other large enough game for them to hunt. There is another hobgoblin sat there with him, and about 3 goblins also sat around this fire, and they're having a conversation by the sounds of it. Not one that you can understand. They're a fair distance from the road, or the path which you're going to be passing along, about 40, 50 feet away. But they don't seem to be taking too much notice of the rat Cerno and the now essentially trampling through undergrowth Arsene.
God damn it. I didn't mean to. I just miss the forest so much.
What does the
you know?
campsite look like? Does it look like they've
3 rudimentary tents, a few supplies, a few bags, sort of backpacks with supplies. Other than that, not much, really. They don't seem to be carrying much. They don't seem to be holding much.
Now the question is, do we avoid the fight and piss off Sub, who's probably planned a fight for us to avoid again? That's the true question.
Well, I was.
Is there even going to be a path going
Arsene is
around
still
them?
sort of
belly flop. Oh wait, never mind. Wrong. cat.
Arsene is still sort of crunching through undergrowth, and at this point she kind of reaches Cerno and tries to sort of hide behind a tree nearby. She's about
Tail sticking out.
she's about 30 feet away at this point, and one of the goblins sort of looks up and sort of looks over, and you see it sort of lean over and say something to one of the hobgoblins. He sort of glances in your guys' direction again.
Does it look
Is he
like
glancing towards Arsene or the cart?
Well, Arsene and Sano sort of went in a
Hmm.
beeline, so he's glancing in both directions, but it seems to be Arsene and Sano.
Mm.
Does it look like they're more traveling or they're
Perception
like
check.
a watch group? Okay. Hell yeah.
Stop
Fine.
rolling the same things, people. From your sort of glancing over, you notice that they, if they're traveling light. Whatever else they might be doing, they would also be doing it quite light. From the glances, as far as the goblins look as armed as you've ever seen goblins. As for the hobgoblins, you do notice that one of them actually doesn't appear to be carrying any visible weapons.
Magic user. Got it. Avoid that one.
Except a small crossbow, sort of just nearby.
Potential
not
magic
loaded.
user.
The other hobgoblin is wearing some armor, but I mean, you guys haven't really come across hobgoblins or fought them. You've roasted like 3 of them to death, or that was Agnes at any rate. But you haven't really come across them that much in their numbers. But from remembering those corpses, they seem to be not that well armed. It is as you're sort of looking and almost sort of whispering what you, or thinking you're whispering what you've seen to Sano, who's sort of just there nodding away, going, I can't tell her that I've already noticed all this. The one not wearing any armor sort of stands up, turns in your direction, and goes, and says, in common, who goes there?
If you could hear it, Agnes is now face pumping in the cart.
You do it loud enough that actually roll a
Oh,
perception check.
holy shit!
To just sort of
All right. So, Agnes, you're sort of glancing through the trees, and all of a sudden you just hear Savangel striking up conversation with Nar.
What's
Which-
Dayron doing?
He's just floating next to you and just goes, I thought we were trying to not be noticed.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Can't tell with this lot.
Anyway,
Cerno
I
looks at
happily
Arsene.
fucking respond and sit and respond with any questions.
Cerno's looking at
That's it.
Arsene like, what do we do?
waiting to get a word in.
Arsene's the one leading this one because he can't talk.
I'll just just step out. Go. Sorry there. I saw your campfire. I'm just traveling through. Just gonna go past. Sorry about that. Make sure I weren't, dangerous for us. So bad at this.
Cerno is
He
just
sort of,
walking alongside her. Or them, sorry.
sort
And a
of
rat.
glances you both up and down, and Sono, you do notice that he is actually sort of looking at you because you're a rat and you're stood within about 5 feet of a tiefling and staring at them quite obviously at this point.
He does a little wave.
Does a little wave, and you see one of the goblins sort of, who's also sort of looking, sort of jump up and wave dramatically, and then suddenly kind of look at his arm and sort of go, what am I doing?
I'm so happy.
But the hobgoblin goes, we will cause no harm to you and your pet. rat.
Oh, yeah. Don't mind him. Thank you. Just, I'm gonna go around the other way. Visibly.
They're not camped on the road. They're camped off of the road.
Okay. I was like, sort of, you want to go back?
At this point, Cerno transforms back.
Oh god, this is where the fight
So
starts.
as Arsene is
Mm-mm.
beginning to pick up this rat, it just suddenly doubles in size, and she's now holding a Cerno who's still in a somewhat rat-like pose, but is now just being held by a rather surprised-looking Arsene, and all the goblinoids sort of take a step back, somewhat surprised, wide-eyed.
Hello.
Why?
Hello?
We're just passing through. We don't want to cause any problems.
Yeah. Neither do we. We won't cause you any problems. Just don't bite us.
Oh, God, no. No, we won't.
Don't worry. I'm not
That-
into biting.
That question was directed towards Cerno, and he's just sort of staring at him.
He smiles. He smiles a toothy grin and goes, "Don't worry, I'm not into biting."
Oh Jesus.
And
Why?
it.
Oh god. Phrasing.
You know I do it deliberately.
No, you don't.
I do it okay, there are some times
Comet
I
does.
don't.
Cerno
there-
has no clue.
Okay, Cerno doesn't do it deliberately. There are times I don't even do it deliberately, but then other times they're like, yeah, I'm doing this deliberately. Hi, and I say, quick question, you haven't seen any basilisks nearby, have you?
There's a little look between the five of them, look back at you and go, no, should we have?
No, it's just disappointing that you didn't.
I guess Savangal and No are just having a fucking conversation in Draconic. This is how this is happening.
Well, Agnes has no idea how the stealth recon mission is going, and Dayron is beginning to go on about how the virtues of being stealthy.
That's
Right,
If
no one
Agnes
notices
starts-
you, you don't get stabbed in the back.
If Agnes starts talking in other languages, can he understand her?
You haven't tried.
She starts talking in Elvish,
He replies in kind.
Undercommon.
He just sort of looks at you and goes, yeah, no, I don't speak that weird
Abyssal.
language. Okay, now it just sounds like you're trying to put some sort of hex on me. Please stop.
What if it works?
Then I would be questioning what sort of undeath I'm currently living in.
You're not dead. We've been.
Yeah, hence why I said undeath.
But you're not.
I'm not dead, but I'm not alive. Therefore, I'm not dead, not alive. So you know,
To be honest, I
undead
don't
seems
know
fitting.
what you are, and I don't even know if you
Yeah,
were
I don't
alive in
lie.
the first place.
Poor Dayron.
Can we just drop this subject?
She finally broke.
It took her like 2 weeks.
So, Alcine, Sano, what are you guys doing now?
So he's asked about the basilisk. Yes, he'll ask what they're doing here.
As in, well, we're currently camping.
No, like your overall goal. Like,
It's the
where are you
local Boy
going in
Scouts
life?
Is what you're.
What do you see yourself doing in 5 years?
Job interview. Oh!
Where are you guys going? What's your overall goal in life? Because right now it seems like you're not going anywhere.
Do you have a
Hey,
business plan?
relatable.
Do you guys have business cards?
Are there free drinks?
That was mean.
Is it alcoholic or non-alcoholic? I prefer alcoholic, but
I mean,
Well,
these
are you
words
guys
don't-
ready for the company Christmas party?
something like the comfiest.
One of the goblins sort of glances at the hobgoblin who isn't wearing any armor and he goes, we're traveling. Traveling to try and get well away from where we came from. We hear that the Sword Coast can be open to our kind, and so we're going to try and seek a life elsewhere.
Okay.
Aw,
That sounds
really,
that
it's
sounds
really
actually
nice
rather
to hear.
nice.
Good luck to you all. I hope
Is
you
he
can
being still held by Arsene?
find a complete.
Yes.
No.
this
Oh,
entire
wait, am I
fucking
strong enough
time.
to?
Yeah. He's a baby.
Let me
He's
check.
baby
Yeah,
sized.
And you
Well,
got
toddler
plus 1
sized,
in
actually.
strength.
Agnes has been
You're
carrying him
stronger
around.
than Boar.
Wait, what? Oh,
What was
yeah.
Boar's strength again?
I don't fucking know. Hold on, let me look this up.
I have a. What's my
If she
carrying
is actually
capacity?
stronger.
I have
Oh,
108
they,
pound
sorry.
carrying
Sorry, I
capacity.
keep saying she. It's
Okay.
they.
Or
It's okay.
Oh,
It's okay.
Boar has a
I
plus 0.
appreciate the thought. Thank you.
Wait, Boar has a.
Boar has a +0 strength.
Then yeah,
How's
Arsene is
stronger?
stronger than Boar.
Abigail has a -1 in strength that she picked up Cernal and it
Same.
ran around like a football.
Wait, how? What's Sono's strength?
I don't.
Plus
he doesn't.
0.
Yeah.
You are the strongest.
With a
Other
plus
than
1.
Nar is now the strongest, but if Nar isn't here, you are the strongest.
With a plus 1, this is great.
Let's hope you don't
Okay.
find any tough to open doors, shall we?
Oh god, no.
I've got
No.
TNT for a reason.
Let's hope we don't have to open
No,
any
you've got
pickle jars.
dynamite.
That's what we
I've
have
got
to worry
dynamite, it's
about.
to explode.
Nah, it's the pickle jars we have to worry about, people. Let's be perfectly honest.
Oh boy, it's gonna be my job,
I
isn't it?
looked at a coworker, like, can you open this for me? They looked at me like, are you kidding me? I was like,
Alright,
You're
so he
just
gives them a thumbs
rude.
up and goes, I wish you luck.
And you on your hunt for a basilisk.
Oh yeah, that's what we were doing. Okay, let's go.
Yes, sir. Okay,
Bye.
thank you. We'll go.
And the goblin
we'll
which
go.
waved to you as a rat sort of does another big wave and goes, bye!
I'll wave back.
Sono
Bye.
waves.
Okay.
Bye!
That was so cute. I was so happy that happened.
Sono made a fun.
Oh, that was sweet. Bless him. Alright, we'll go back. See, I was be like, yeah, it's just, couple of traveling folk. They're just there. No harm.
Well then, we shall continue.
And as they
Alright.
continue, I'm going to take the short rest to get that wild shape
Mm.
back.
You certainly can in the back of the car.
As we go past, I'll give the hobgoblins and goblins a small wave. Out
Well,
politeness.
The road is further away than the point which you were at when you got noticed. They're quite far. They're about 50 feet away from the road, and you guys are about 25 feet away from them when that exchange happened.
We could have just ignored them completely.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't. That was a really, really old.
It was nice to meet some hobgoblins that didn't want to kill you. And some goblins too.
Goblins
That was a
too.
change of pace.
I just remember the one
You've already
goblin.
met a goblin which doesn't want to kill you.
Oh, yes, outside
Oh yeah,
of
true.
that. Nice. It's like, thank you. No, none of them are bad. Except
Yeah,
for the one that we
just
set
most of
free and
them.
then came back and murdered us.
I got up and I decapitate one of the goblins. And it was
You treated that goblin like a
We
not even
did
like
treat
a
him like
pet. You didn't. You treated it like shit. Of course, it's gonna come back with a vengeance.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
If you
I
just let him run
remember
away, he wouldn't
torturing-
have. If you just let him run away, he probably would have been too scared to bother to come back. But no, you essentially humiliated, tied him up, dragged him to a town, and then just kicked him off and go, "All right, go elsewhere." Of course, he's gonna
Okay,
be
he was
pissed.
an asshole.
No one knows
We
what we're
were
talking about, by the way. This happened before the stream.
All right, and so like in about the second or third session, they were working their way through a small goblin cave, and they came to the end of it. and the goblin not quite in charge. There was a bugbear which was in charge, but they killed it. And then there was this whole shenanigans of going and getting the bugbear's head, to which our own bugbear fell face first into a river and almost drowned.
Yeah, that was.
But
That
in
was
getting
so funny.
like this bugbear's head and then the goblin tried to extort some more money out of them because it's greedy, and then they just decided to slaughter everyone but that one goblin. And so they decided to take said goblin prisoner and essentially treat it like shit for the rest of the journey, to then at the end of it just tell it to sod off
Didn't
once they got to the town.
It was Boar's buddy.
didn't I fall unconscious when I went to go looking for Boar?
No,
No, you
I
Agnes
don't-
gave you the potion you found.
Yeah, you came close.
no, but Boar tripped and fell and lost all his hit points and started drowning in a small river.
Mhm.
And that's you all caught up.
Yeah, that was an interesting third session or something.
Fucking amazing.
It then decided to come back and try and kill us with vengeance.
Did not end well.
With a vengeance, which I do not blame it.
No.
Mhm.
Which it almost. Boar, I think. No. Yeah, Boar was
Yeah,
down
then
a
you
couple
s-
times.
I
then-
believe that Cord let Boar die because he drop kicked that helpless goblin.
I know it was the first time I used Hellish Rebuke was during that fight.
Yeah,
Mhm,
and you
and the
also
goblin.
slaughtered the hired help whilst they were just bleeding out on the
Oh
floor and
yeah,
offering
you made us roll
absolutely.
wisdom.
Yeah, so we didn't go evil.
Yeah,
Because
because
you
I
just casually slaughtered some defenseless people at that point.
They attacked us. In Agnes's
Yeah,
point of view, they were
I was gonna
bad.
say, they attacked you, but they didn't actually get anywhere near close to killing you. You didn't know if they were just going to essentially beat you down and then just get the goblin essentially just tells you off and then they just leave, or if they were going to slaughter you. But
We're
instead,
fucking
instead of
murderers, is all I'm getting
instead
out
of
this.
just leaving them to either bleed out or come to their own senses, you decided to slaughter
Agnes
them.
is a paranoid piece of shit, and suddenly someone starts attacking her, she's gonna kill.
Come on.
she
Come
would
on.
have killed them.
Come on, man.
That's why I did
It's
it.
a fantasy RPG. If we're not stealing stuff from all the houses in the local area or murdering everyone, it's just not the experience we're looking for, you know?
We're not
But
trying to
circus
steal
is
them
motto.
from
The whole world
Either
will then
we
just
steal
try and
from you or you're dead.
then just the whole world will become untrusting of you, shunned, and you'll eventually end up in jail or dead.
They'd have to catch us first.
Agnes has no problem with
Yes, and you guys have gone to the most powerful divinator on the Sword Coast.
it. Hi.
He was cool.
Anyway, so Arsene and Cerno report back to the rest of the party about the hobgoblins and goblins they met in the camp. You carry on your journey through the rather dense and thickly packed forest. You continue along your way, Cerno sitting in the back of the cart, relaxing. Savangao sat at the very back of the cart, just having conversations with Nar and Draconic, one of the only people apparently wanting to talk to him.
Besides
So,
that,
how's it like? So, how often do you shed? Do you actually shed? What color do your scales are when they're first born? Do they change color? Because I know human babies start out one color and they have blue eyes.
Wow.
well, I don't think I should. I think I've always just been blue. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think I've just always been blue.
Can you breathe fire? Do you have ice
I
breath?
can breathe lightning.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just haven't had the time to test it yet.
Test it? I thought you would have known how to do that, because I know as Texans, we learn everything about ourselves. We get into cliffs, we run off mountains, we climb up vertical cliffs, and then upside down if we really try hard enough.
It's a very well equipped fire service from where they're from.
Fucking love this goddamn cat.
Agnes feels sorry for the mother. Paranoid.
Well, I have used the breath weapon a couple times, because like I said, I was with the army. And I had to use it a couple times to slaughter people, but
So casual about it.
I know.
I'm a fucking murderer, and I'm
Mhm.
fucking military dogs, man.
Love it.
Well, as you continue through the forest, the light not really changing, the fog seeming to be ever present, if light, and not really hampering you, but still, it's there and it's noticeable. So, no, you're sat in the back, sort of taking this all in, before you feel something sort of probe into your mind. And I'd like you to make a charisma saving throw, please, Comet.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Hey guys, guess what that is? That's a -1.
Nice.
Got this.
And it's a save, right?
Yeah.
Does that change the thing I do?
Nope.
All right.
Still -1 for you. You're not
Okay.
proficient in charisma saving throws.
All right.
As you sat there, you sort of feel a probe into your mind, and you're taken aback, as you naturally would as someone tries to stick their mind into yours. And before you sort of have time to tell anyone, you suddenly feel an immense amount of different thoughts pressing into your own mind, to the point where you're struggling to sort of know who you are. Without realizing, you reach into your bag and pull out the book and just hold it in front of you. And after a minute or so, the presence begins to pull out, and you're beginning to get more and more aware of who you are once again.
Has anyone noticed?
Well, Arsene and Agnes are facing forwards and making their way through the forest. The only one who has a chance of noticing would be Nar.
But
Do
he's
you
in
want me to
conversation
roll
with
for something?
Savingal.
He is having a conversation with Savangal, but he's the only one who's actually facing Sarno.
My passive perception is a 10, but do you want me to
Then
roll?
I don't think he would have noticed. Or if he did, he would just noticed you pull out the book and then just look at it. Nothing really too off in his mind.
Yeah.
I open. Where did I opened the page to where the last words were written of "Let's get started" or something. I remember there was something written in there. Is there anything new?
So ignoring the vast majority of the pages, you turn to the back couple, and where that was originally written, there is now a new sentence. In fact, two. To learn about us, you must first seek the Eater of Knowledge, worshipped by some, feared by many, isolated by the elves.
Say that again one more time.
To learn about us, you must first seek the Eater of Knowledge, worshipped by some, feared by many, isolated by the elves.
Got it.
So
And
no.
as you
Go,
finish
continue.
reading this, the presence fully leaves your mind, allowing you to think clearly and realizing you weren't under your own control when you pulled this book out.
You and I are going to have words. And he slowly closes the book and puts it away, and turns his back to his bag and ignores it.
You get the slight sense in your mind of you're an ass. Nah. All right. Well,
That's my magnet.
Did Dayron see that? Just
nope.
like the dude's talking to himself again.
You all talk to yourselves.
I
It's
don't.
just a standard
Agnes
occurrence.
talks to Dayron. She doesn't talk to herself.
No, you're talking to yourself.
Not to Dayron.
Arsene talks to Night Eyes. Sometimes when Night Eyes isn't even around, so there
Me
you go.
too.
Savangal talks to everyone about everything,
Mm-hmm.
and Cerno has indeed talked to himself in the past, somewhat frequently.
Mm-hmm. So he's the weird one that talks to himself the most.
The most. You can't say the weird one. You could probably say the weirdest when it comes to that, but not the weird one.
Oh, weird.
Agnes.
Exactly. In fact, Noah hasn't seen Dayron, so Noah has no real idea if
No
everyone's just pulling his
fucking
leg or not.
idea. Yeah.
We haven't
So
really.
in Noah's eyes, you all fucking batshit crazy.
You know I talk to Night Eyes. Have you seen me talk to Night?
I
Yeah,
guess
I've seen you talk to Night
Yeah,
Eyes,
but
and I've
You
had
can't
conversations.
talk to Dayron.
That's
but
what
that's
he's
what
going
I-
on about. You
I'm
guys
going
are
on
fucking
about
crazy when
Dayron's
it comes to
perspective.
Dayrod.
Anyway,
I think I
so
get it.
this day of travel takes actually a bit longer to get through the woods than you expected. The path isn't a sort of straight through or slightly winding trail. It's very twisty and turny. It seems to almost double back on itself a bit. And as you get deeper and deeper in, you do notice that the foliage seems to be getting a bit thicker. But come the last this day of travel, you are now reaching the the sort of foothills of the mountain, or the mountains that are called Hallowed Peak.
Nice.
Oh boy.
It's
Mm.
a lot bigger than I thought.
It's
That's
a
a-
mount.
That's big.
So, how often do you shave your horns? Do you shave them, or do you like do some kind of grooming to polish them or something?
I actually do polish them every now and then.
So no, when you
But-
discovered where these things were, did you also find out how to track them?
There would be the sounds of tweeting birds, but instead there is nothing.
Did you find anything apart from the general area?
Did I? I don't remember.
I'm so
The
hungry.
information that you as a group found out is that they're apparently reptilian and serpentine, cursed beings, powerful casters, just by being in the presence they know where you are, that they're territorial, that there are two kinds known along the Sword Coast, that they are not immune to their own effects, and that they live in the mountains.
How territorial they are. Like, not even birds are allowed in here. Territorial.
Well,
So I guess we are just to search.
yeah, pretty much.
The trail which you are on does sort of lead around the mountains, but there is also an offshoot which seems to lead up into them as well.
Do we go up?
Good.
We sort of have to.
I would suggest so.
I would assume so. Might as well.
Let's go.
Also, to go back with you, Seven Go, I do polish them, but that's to put fear in my enemies. I do sharpen them every now and then, but
Oh, so they're not like us where we have to sharpen our claws or we accidentally stab ourselves and other people on. Oh, interesting.
yeah.
As she says this, she's just sort of patting you on the shoulder, and you notice that the claws are coming out slightly and then retracting back in.
Who's she talking? Oh, to me? I'm on my
Yes.
horse.
Yeah, she's a cat.
She okay. So she's on the horse as well, and I haven't noticed this.
You don't even notice, but she's just kind of stood on your horse's ass, just sort of leaning over you.
Just haven't noticed. I'm just like, oh, okay. Oh,
I suggest we go up the mountain then.
Did I find out if Basilisk were beasts?
Hmm?
Are Basilisk beasts?
You did not find that out. You only found out what I told you.
damn it, dog. Oh, god damn it.
You found out that they were serpentine.
Oh no. No. Shush, dog.
Oh, just.
There's a dog nearby.
I'll just leave it. Let's just go exploring. Let's go to the mountains. That's more fun.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab food. I'm starving.
We'll keep
Is
an
the
eye
path
out for
leaving
Basilisk.
the path leading up the mountain, is that like not suitable for the cart, or
At the moment, you're sort of in the sort of foothills, so the path leading up seems to be currently leading seems to be in fact more suitable than the current forest you've been traversing through, which has been one of the reasons why you've been slow through it. not so much that it's like getting lost, but it's just difficult to get a cart through the tight turns and the thickets which have just been growing there. But for along these sort of foothills and getting into the mountain, they appear to be. It appears to be doable at the moment, at the very least.
We go up the mountain.
Can I keep an eye out for any signs of basilisk?
I'm gonna
Mm.
be.
Make a perception check.
I'm gonna be on the lookout for anything that wants to kill us.
Make another, and you make a perception check.
Yay!
You make a perception check. and you
Agnes
make
is being observant, but I'm guessing she don't roll.
That'd be-
Agnes is currently sort of making sure that the path that you're going along, the cart isn't going to get stuck. You know, you're not going to
Okay.
end up falling off a cliff or something. Not that there are any cliffs yet, but so you are now making your way out of the forest and onto a mountain. Sort of over the hills. The trees thin and lighten as you sort of go over most of these hills. The fog slowly disperses, and so do the thickets. And by the time you finally break fully out of the tree line, the sun has indeed now set.
Hmm.
But you are slowly making your way up. For Arsene, glancing around, you don't really know what to look for in trying to find basilisks, but you're fairly certain there aren't any around here.
Nice.
Sono, there appears to be bit more, I wouldn't say life, but a bit more creatures visible. You kind of just put it down to you being used to sort of more open areas, and now you're more easily able to pick out the creatures rather than in a forest, which you've rarely spent much time in.
Okay, cool. We keep going until it gets dark, I assume, then. Or
It's
until
beginning
the-
to get dark already, but you come to the Agnes leads the car, and Nar following behind, up and down a few hills, and you sort of come up to the crest of another one where night has started setting in quite thoroughly now. Glancing ahead, the path seems to lead sort of down once more before actually heading up this mountain, which has been looming in the distance for a little while now, pretty much since you broke the tree line. One of several mountains heading in a pretty much south direction from where you guys currently are. The grass sort of slowly fades, giving way to rocks, piles of them, and actually further up, the grass seems to fade almost entirely to near sheer rock at points.
Wow.
This place is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, do we want to set up camp?
Sounds good. Sure.
All right. Well, I assume you dismount.
Yep.
And set up the tents.
Yes. Let us do
You
it.
set up the tents. Find a rock to tie the horses to at this point in time. Set up the cart and settle down for the evening. As you guys take your watches, you find that there's actually more to find during this time than during your travel through the woods, where that was actually substantially more eerily quiet and hardly even anything to be heard, and as Arsene had noticed, relatively muffled. But come morning, nothing has molested you. You are fully alive. No bites, grievous injuries, surprise attacks, or not so surprised attacks.
No, it kills everyone in this league.
Wait. Roll
I
the next
would-
campaign.
I would like to say that during the night, at some point, Cerno will have gotten out the book and told it, we need to have boundaries. No, none of the mind stuff. Boundaries. Understood? And then he'll put it away.
Well, I don't think I need to tell you there is no visible change or of any kind from the book. You do if you flip to the back page.
Yeah, I see if there's a reply.
There is only what last message you read.
There's a drawing of a middle finger.
To find the Eater of Knowledge.
Okay. I close the book and I put it away and I bury it underneath all my other belongings and put it to the very bottom of the bag.
All right. So.
Sorry, you continue.
No, I was just going to say, so the morning has risen, you take care of your duties, and you head further into the mountains. You follow along the paths. It slowly gets more and more difficult to traverse the horses along. The grass eventually starts to give way to more sort of sheer rock, and as you climb in altitude, you notice that this path now actually doesn't go like all the way up the mountain, which would be weird for a path to do. It does seem to sort of go up, curve around, and then go in between two sort of sheer peaks. Most of the ground around it is sort of quite rocky. There are the odd bushes everywhere. There's some pile of rocks. It's going to be difficult to get the cart along, but not impossible. What do you do?
Do we wish to continue with the cart?
I say we leave it behind. It's going to get hard to keep going up. Then again, what do we do with the horses?
About the horses, yeah.
We can take them. 4 of us on 2 horses. Na already has his own.
Yeah. I mean, how hard does it look to go up the mountain with just the horses?
Just the horses, it looks like it'd be significantly easier. The car is the sort of main concern at the moment. The road is getting quite uneven. It gets sort of narrow. There are sort of not sheer cliffs, but the path is relatively flat, and then there's just sort of an edge to quite a steep bit, and then maybe a flat bit. If one of the wheels to go off with the weight in the wrong place, it might start rolling down the hill, snapping necks, most likely killing the horses as well.
Damn it.
Okay.
We leave the cart.
We leave the cart.
Just in the middle of the road, or
No,
We'll put it
we
off to the side.
find a bit off the road if we can, possibly.
roll an investigation check.
Oh no.
Investigation. Actually, I'm gonna help because I can.
So do I roll advantage?
No, I was gonna roll myself, but
Do you have good Do you have good
I have
investigation?
+2, which don't help.
I mean, he's rolled, so Agnes, you're struggling to find a sort of spot to which you can get the cart, and after a little while, it's becoming quite obvious that it's going to be quite dangerous to continue much further forward. You hear a shout from behind from your Dragonborn friends, just sort of suggesting going back a little bit, and there's sort of not putting the cart fully off the road, but sort of pushing it up at an angle, putting some stones to sort of stop it rolling, and it wouldn't be fully on this path road, but it would be partially on it, but not blocking it.
This path doesn't seem to be that busy anyway. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Whereas our
All right.
trick
We are so paranoid.
You unhitch the horses, push the cart back a bit, kind of push it up. It's now at a, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 degree angle. Most of the weight are on 2 of the wheels, but it seems to be doing okay with nothing else in it. You sort of pile some stones to act as chocks to stop the cart from rolling off anywhere. It looks precarious, but like it will last for a little bit.
And then we power up on the horses.
All right.
I'll take the cat.
I mean, you have 3 horses.
Zerno doesn't care who he's riding with.
I mean, technically, you can have 4 horses if you want to. The path is.
That's a waste.
The path is you could squeeze and fit 2 horses side by side, but it feels like it would be safer and wiser to ride single file. So,
No, go
who's
first.
riding in what order?
I go first.
Right, Nar
Abigail's
is
going with
first.
Dar.
Nar and Savangao are on the first horse.
Zerno wants to be second.
Zerno and
whoever's riding
Agnes.
with-
Eating a burrito.
Cerno and Agnes.
Cerno and Agnes.
That's the back then.
With Arsene on her own horse at the back. With Night Eyes hanging around.
Yay!
Right. You continue along this path, leads slightly further up before it eventually sort of flattens out, kind of goes around the mountain, and you're now getting to the point where you can pretty much see what is essentially a kind of it's not a crevasse, not a canyon, quite a steep sort of valley. The path leads through this, leads along the bottom of it, and the mountain walls quite steep and sheer, sort of on flanking either side of it. This actually widens the path up a bit more. It's about 30 feet across, so space to perhaps get a little bit more widespread. However, as you approach, you do notice that sort of lining the walls is just small bits of stone sort of putting up against it. There is a path. The path's about 15 feet wide, 10, 15 feet wide, and then it's sort of flanked on either side by these sort of piles of stones. And you get the idea, if you try to make your horse go over the stones, you might break a horse ankle and you'd probably be significantly slower.
Bye, horse. Do.
But the sort of 10 feet in the middle is relatively clear and able to travel at normal pace.
Oh no, Rebel, don't be a good boy and be quiet.
Are there any signs of large creatures or scales or...
Make an investigation check.
This went so well last time.
You find some nose scales.
You're not entirely sure what a giant snake would do. You're not
Mhm.
entirely sure where a giant snake might shed. You're not even
Mhm.
entirely sure if basilisks shed.
Mhm.
Those mountains, however, are quite steep, and there seem to be some dark clouds slowly rolling in. And that's a bit more concerning to you than anything else at this moment in time.
They look
As-
like storm clouds.
They do appear to be somewhat storm clouds, yes.
Has everyone noticed them?
I would say Sano, at the very least, notices Agnes staring up at the sky.
He looks in the same direction and sees the clouds.
We may need to get shelter at some point.
Yeah, probably. We'll keep on. I say we keep on going, and if we find somewhere to shelter, we do that.
Right. You continue your way along. And as you slowly make your way, you do notice Nar being at the front. Only you really notice this. That from where you are, about 100 or so feet away, the road splits into two and seems to take 2 different paths. One leads somewhat One continues to lead along the base of the canyon, and the other path seems to sort of twist up and start making very tight turns, sort of up and then further up the mountainside, and then sort of down, and from there you can't entirely tell where.
Okay. Ugh. Well, it looks like we got two options. Continue going up or take another path.
And Seven go perceive what the two paths directions are, and if there's any like vegetation or any signs of life.
Make a perception check. The path, which continues along sort of the base of the canyon, goes sort of in a southish direction, whereas the one which sort of winds up out of the canyon heads more in a easterly direction. There are the odd plants dotted around, but it's mostly stone.
Could I make a nature check to think about which a
Well,
basilisk
I would
would prefer more, like terrain-wise, higher or maybe lower?
I would say make a nature check at disadvantage, because really haven't learned that much about
All right,
these creatures.
that's one. Yeah, that's gonna fail. Oh, they got even worse. Oh.
Well, as Nar kind of pulls to a halt now at this well, not so much crossroads, but Y junction, you sort of glance around and see if you can try and figure out where a basilisk would really prefer. And you, with your limited knowledge of mountains, aren't really sure.
Nah. Let's.
Piss.
I would, however, like for you all to roll initiative.
All right, I've got a map. Time to switch to the map screen.
You.
Awesome.
There we
because I've been
go.
waiting to do this all night. Oh, wow. Hey, look at me. I'm doing good today, Ma.
No, I think I accidentally got your bad rolling.
Good.
Thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
I don't know if I like this. Agnes getting high rolls for initiative. I don't know
This
if it's
is-
good or bad.
I'm happy with this. All right. Let's zoom out and see the larger map.
God. Okay,
Ooh.
me and Sana are going on the same.
Look at that. Look at that beautiful map.
What did Sana roll? A
Ah,
17.
right. I'll add it in. Okay. There,
And
thanks.
right.
The cat goes.
So
first.
Agnes or Sano, who would be acting first?
Who's driving the horse?
We're on the same horse.
Whoever's
Which
driving.
helps. God, it'd be Sana driving.
It'd probably be
Um,
Agnes.
I mean, it does. I mean, either way, Sano would still be sat in front of Agnes, but
Agnes is driving then.
I don't
so
see what we're
Agnes
fighting.
then.
I'm scared.
I think that's
no,
the point.
You don't see what you're fighting.
I think there's a reason we don't see what we're fighting.
Was shit, where the fuck's my notes? Was the barkeeper right that they know where we are, just in proximity?
I guess.
But they-
Well, we
very
don't know
possibly.
anything's wrong, so we just keep going forward.
No,
I
this
think
this is a surprise round. I just wanted you to roll initiative, so they wouldn't be acting before you, but this is a surprise round, so you don't exactly know what's happening. However, they do.
How many?
I mean, the cat did say get more than one just to be safe.
What are
Yeah.
those? What are those?
What are those?
I'm hoping they're basilisks.
Yeah,
And
because
we
if so,
don't-
that's going to be really
However-
convenient.
Your characters don't know. As you
No,
see,
we don't.
what's the first one? As this swamp bursts out from what appears to be a
Oh, no.
hole near a bush.
Oh boy.
And let me see, they... Alright. Alright,
Oh, there's 3.
as it
Uh-huh.
actually...
What the hell's the third one?
One's above us and 2 below.
as this one actually runs
Oh, there
forward.
it is.
And it's Hex
with
Day
the
Rod.
bursting of
Mm.
the sound, I would like our scene... Actually, I would assume pretty much everyone would look at this as they hear the sound of something running towards their flank.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like you all to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Okay.
Is it against being charmed?
No, this is not.
Alright, that's a
Is
plus
it
2.
Putting us to
What is it?
sleep?
Nope,
12?
this is not.
Oh.
That's a fail.
The cat
14, 12, 18, 4,
Oh,
and
no.
5. Agnes and Cerno, you are now considered poisoned.
Yeah, I get that.
As you glance over at this sort of scaled beast with 8 legs, 4 on either side, sort of walking towards you, you notice that it's sort of its steps. I mean, 4 legs gives it advantage when it's sort of climbing around, digging, but when it's walking on the ground, it's not like the most delicate of walking. But you sort of take in this creature with the stone spikes sticking out of its back, and you fall upon its eyes, which are just glowing this horrible, sickly green. And as you look at it, you just see its head turn towards both of you, and you both just sort of feel as your body just becomes somewhat racked with poison. Ooh.
Uh-uh.
This one. No, I don't want it over there.
Can we say anything
Gonna
when
run
this
over-
happens?
So these are sort of the first 6 seconds is you all sort of looking out as these 3 creatures come scurrying out of these bushes towards you guys. This one, they are medium-sized creatures. It looks like they take up 2 squares. They take up the square to which their head is in. Just as an FYI. So the square which their head is in is the square which they take up.
Okay.
They are medium-sized creatures. These are pretty damn large. They're larger than your average dog. They're not as large as your horses, but Sano could ride one of these as a mount.
Dude, that'd be fucking amazing.
I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying size-wise, it's possible. So that's why when this creature runs up and tries to bite at Arsene's ankle, it can do so.
Yay. Don't
Alright.
taste good.
Nom. Let's see
And
if it
rolls an
noms.
8. So as the rustling happens, you see this one charging towards Arsene and Cerno, and you hear the charging to your side, Arsene, and you manage to pull your foot out of the way just in time as you hear the of drawers slamming down. And as for the last one, I would like actually I would like Na and the horse to make Constitution saving.
The horse.
But I already did make my constitution save though. Okay, I'll do it
Another
again.
one.
But now you're
And
looking at
another
this
one.
direction.
11.
Let me just check.
What about the poor
Uh,
horsey?
Yeah, I'm just grabbing the horse's stats.
Oh,
11. Nah, you feel yourself begin to seize up.
Uh,
You are now considered restrained as you notice part of your scales are turning to stone.
What?
Oh, oh.
how do you break them? No.
The horse rolls an 18. It's not turning to stone.
Oh boy.
It is now Sano's turn.
All right.
Do you avoid looking at these creatures?
I'm going to immediately close my eyes. I'm going to put my hand sort of behind me and put it on Agnes. I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration.
All right, Lesser Restoration.
No.
Let me just double check.
Can my verbal thing be, I'm sorry if I touched something I'm not meant to, and...
I was gonna say you closed your eyes and just reached behind you, just like
yeah, I don't reach up
Like-
above my head, I reach around the side.
Yes, so you
still can be bad, dude.
So you can you sort of close your eyes, slam your hands over one of them, and sort of slam your hand to the side and sort of catch Agnes in the chest as you yell, "I'm sorry if I touch something I'm not meant to," and cast Lesser Restoration. Agnes, you're kind of feeling very ill, and you get slapped in the side, and that doesn't help. And then all of a sudden, you're not feeling ill anymore.
All right, and the horse isn't. The horse, is it still responsive?
You pulled the horses to a stop.
I'm gonna.
Because we were deciding where
Can
to
I
go.
take the reins and just
Suddenly, where do you want this horse to go?
Probably can't tell me this, but what attack range does it have? Nah, you can't tell
You
me
don't
that.
know.
You can't tell me that. So it's in this square that I'm measuring from, yes?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I want to bring the horse down. How far can it move?
A riding horse, which I believe you guys actually have draft horses. Nar has a riding horse. But so that can move 40 feet.
All right. Measure
There's
from
also the one
there.
literally here, dude.
I'm gonna move. I want to
Bear
move
in mind,
straight
you
down.
are now blind trying to direct a horse.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna summon my spirit totem, my bear.
Going to summon your bear.
Yep.
All right, where'd you summon him?
I
In fact,
summon.
you can just move him to where you summon him.
Yeah.
Oh, I have so many overlapping circles.
All right, I'm gonna summon him just here, and I'm gonna get everyone. Can I actually change the Tony's on? Awesome. Okay. Yep. So that's all, and everyone gets the +9 hit points or something. I don't remember which it is. It's 5 plus your
see.
druid level, so it's 9. You get
There you go.
9 hit points.
You will get 9
Ooh.
temporary hit points. I would just put them into the green bubble, to be honest.
All right. So it's
And the horses also get 9 temporary hit points. How kind of you, if you allow them.
yeah, yeah, I do. Question is, I'm gonna actually remember to turn down the turn order. Is it every time it's my turn or every turn of like a
Every
person?
time it hits, every time you take an action, essentially.
Okay, cool. Got
An
it.
action, not a reaction. So every time you can take an action or movement. That it's each turn, one entire rotation of the turn order.
All right, cool.
All right.
That's my turn. Have you added has everyone added their hit points on? Okay, you've added 9.
I've,
Right, cool.
Mhm.
I've put them all into the green bubble for them.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
All right. Agnes, it's your turn.
I am going to shout, try not to look at them. And I can't do both because it's an action. Mage armor on myself.
All right. Your armor class jumps to 14.
Yes. And no, I can't shoot it because that'd be more actions. That's all I can do, I think.
All right. So, as Agnes shouts out to everyone to avert your eyes, you slap yourself in the shoulder, and you notice that there's a shimmering field sort of sparkle across you before it slowly fades, and you feel that you are slightly less likely to get gnawed on.
Nom, 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 nom.
All right. Nah.
Okay, so I'm slowly.
Turning to stone, you are currently restrained.
Well, I'm going to use my breath weapon.
That's gonna hit the horse. Just letting you know.
I can't move my head and look at the fucking lizard thing.
Well, you can't really move too much. You are restrained. I mean, you could probably try and fall off the horse if you wanted to, but
Quick, push me off the hearse. I have an idea.
I mean, you could probably throw your weight to one side and fall off if you want to. Essentially, your muscles are just beginning to seize.
Can I do that? And
Sure. Savangel, you just seize Nah, just go, I have an idea, and then just sort of throw his weight to one side as he goes, and just kind of falls onto the floor. His legs still in the sort of position to which they were when he sort of rolled off.
I need it to make a dexterity. It's a dexterity save, I think,
Yeah, dexterity saving.
which it has to beat an 11.
It rolls a 4 in total.
Oh, thank fuck. Due to the fact that it's 2d6.
Burn, baby, burn.
No. It's about to have a shocking experience. Never mind.
Oh, you were so happy, and then you were so sad. It was a roller coaster of emotions.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright, so as you sort of go, I've got an idea! You kind of roll onto your side, your muscles locking up, and as you hit the floor, you open your mouth and this line of lightning exhales out in a 30-foot line, essentially searing a hole through the bush to which this basilisk is standing in front of. And as it sort of ceases, you look and notice that you sort of just caught it along the side, and though it took some damage, it didn't take the brunt of your blow, despite not really doing much to try and get out of the way. And you feel somewhat annoyed. Make another Constitution saving throw, please.
Is this gonna be like another I'm out of the fight?
I hope not.
21.
Good.
If
All
you
right.
actually died,
Uh,
like again,
Petrification is not death.
I'm leaving.
Petrification is not death.
yeah, but he's effectively dead until we can do something
Yeah, I mean,
about it.
effectively. However, as you kind of land, you close your eyes, cursing, having stared into this creature's stony gaze. And as you do so, you kind of fight against it and try and tense. And as you do so, you feel your muscles beginning to obey you and whatever effect fade from you. You are, however, currently prone on the ground.
wait, should Senna have done a constitution against the poison again?
Nope, it's at the end of sorry, actually, yes, Sono should have, but he also yeah, roll a Constitution saving throw, please, Sono.
All right.
Nope,
That's
I'm afraid you don't succeed, and you do in fact actually take 5 points of poison damage.
all right.
I don't know if I should have said anything.
That's the wrong thing.
Dude,
Oh
It
my
was
god.
28.
You're at full health.
What did
with
you just
4
do?
temporary hit points.
What did you just?
I typed in the wrong thing.
There you go. You're at 4 temporary hit points and full
Thank
health.
you. Slight technical issues. I'm smart,
this
I
one-
promise.
It's going to scurry forward and nip at Agnes
Okay.
with an 11. It kind of snaps
No.
down, and you're able to pull your heel out of the way. Sort of glares up at you. This one
Not
is
looking
going
at
to
it.
continue a bite against Arsene, and with a 16,
Uh,
that hits.
Which one is it that's attacking me? This one right by me.
Yeah.
I would like to cast Hellish Rebuke on it.
Hang on to right. Yes.
Because it
It
hit
will
me
roll
with
its
that
dexterity
16.
saving throw in a second. Da. Right, you take 6 points of piercing damage and then an additional 8 points of poison damage as it slams its jaws down onto your ankle, essentially, and tries to pull you off the horse. You, being in a significant amount of pain and angered by this, feel the fire crawling up inside of you from your infernal legacy and try and essentially blast this thing to Kingdom Come and roasting it. It shall try and make its dexterity saving throw.
Was that a total of 14 damage I took? Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't burn it too much.
So
No.
that means you're at 30 health.
Yep.
However, it rolled a 9 in total, so it takes the full brunt of your 2d10 fire damage.
3d10. Hellish Rebuke is at level 2. As part of Infernal Legacy.
Yes, it is. So 22
I got it
points
wrong
of
the
fire
first
damage.
time. I'm not getting it wrong this time. There
As
you go.
it snaps down on your leg and you feel the poison beginning to curse into you, you decide no, and instead you simply eject fire from your leg, and anyone who would have been paying attention just essentially sees this basilisk get roasted from the inside of its mouth as fire erupts around it.
Oops.
Holy shit!
We only
It
needed
is-
one.
I'm
rather
sorry,
pissed
I
off.
just saw what the hell you rolled.
Oh,
I
It is
know.
pissed off, but still alive.
we can't
Just
see its
still
HP
alive.
if we are able to. So
You have also roasted the inside of its mouth pretty badly.
Mm,
that one's
But
probably not
I
going to have
didn't.
the glands we need left.
I wouldn't have wanted to set its mouth on fire, but that's what the DM decided I did.
You literally got bit and then set it on fire.
so
I
wouldn't
wanted
she
to
have been aiming at its butt?
Yeah, like the back. I don't know.
Always up the butthole.
I mean,
Because she would have
it's
then.
surrounded by hellish flames, so it's surrounded and its mouth's open over her leg, so it would have been surrounded in the inside of its mouth as well.
Mm.
That's true. It does say surrounded by.
Anyway, Savengale, your turn.
Alright. She would like to cast Shatter in the area with
Hang on,
not
let me
looking
get the
directly
bread.
at it, but like the area where Nara is and slightly in front.
That's 10 foot, isn't it?
I thought it was 5 foot.
Shatter. Shatter is 10 foot.
Yeah,
No, it's
10
10
foot.
foot. Right. Here is your loaf of bread, madam.
The loaf of bread.
Your loaf of shattering bread.
Wait, hold on. I need to see something because I know for a fact this is going to affect people, isn't it?
And it
Shit.
has to make its Constitution saving throw. To which it rolls an 11, which means it takes the full brunt of this. What was it? Thunder? Yeah, thunder damage.
Yeah.
As it takes 6 points of thunder damage. I am assuming that you averted your eyes during that.
Yeah, she was like aiming. I was like, okay, it sounds like it's that way.
You get the rough idea where it is. All right. The basilisk is now going to go try and nom on Nar.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yum, yum, yum.
Well, he's the closest person and he's on the floor.
Oh, for
That
fuck's
hits.
sakes.
What did it
Ooh.
roll? Oof.
So we're just gonna go with 4d6
Why did they do so much damage?
because
Why?
That wasn't the damage, that was to hit.
I know. I
no,
mean,
she's asking about the 4d6 as it does
Oh.
8 points of piercing damage and additional 5 points of poison damage as it kind of happily chomps on you, meaning you're now on 36 hit points.
Hey, Severgold, do you want to move the horse? Never mind, you can't move the horse.
Arsene, your turn.
I'm gonna tell Night Eyes to just fly up and get the frick out of here. So we've gotta.
Wait,
Mm.
question. You know what? I'll ask on my turn. Mine.
I mean, he's flying up in the air next to me, so I'm assuming he won't get attacked.
They
Great.
wouldn't be able to reach him,
I
right?
mean, it also just chomped on your leg and you've just set it on fire. It may not be paying the most attention to the small dragon, which is now.
I would now like to jump off the horsey here,
All right.
and without looking, so I kind of know where it is. It just bit into my leg.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, can I cast Hunter's Mark on it without properly looking at its face? Just like looking at its tail or something?
Let's see. What does Hunter's Mark say? You choose a creature you can see within range.
I can see its tail.
If you see its tail, you see it, which means you have to make a saving throw. You either avert your eyes or you don't.
I thought it was
This is-
from its eyesight.
Yes, but this is a medium creature, and if you try and, because first of all, you only know roughly where it is. If you're averting your eyes, you cannot see it. Because if you try and see part of it, there's a chance which you'll glance at its eyes because they aren't standing stock still. It will turn to follow you as you move. There's a very high chance you'd see its eyes. You'd have to make the saving throw.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
Will if I Hunter's Mark it and hit it in the same glance? Is that just
You
one
would
saving
still
throw?
have to make the saving throw.
Just the
if-
one, though.
So, if at the start of your turn you can avert your gaze, if you don't avert your gaze, you have to make the saving throw or take the effect.
That's
If you
okay.
avert your gaze, you're at disadvantage with your attacks, and you can't do spells which specifically say you have to see the creature because the creature
That's
is
fine.
counted as invisible to you.
I get that's fine. I'm just wondering if I can do it, I only have to make one save.
It's at the beginning of your turn you decide whether you're going to look at it or not.
Okay.
Damn
I'm
it!
gonna look at it.
I just thought of something.
Right,
Cast
make your
Hunter's
saving,
Mark.
Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of something as well, and now I'm pissed off.
13.
All right, as you sort of jump down and glance at it to figure out where it is, casting Hunter's Mark, you see the eyes, you feel the effects of poison, but you're able to push through it.
I then want to take Talon out and swing to cut its head off.
Roll your attack. That hits.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't specify 200. I cast Hunter's Mark, so it's only one. I'll do 200 next. Oh, but I have Hunter's Mark damage. That's with the bow. Forget the bow. I forgot I changed it. Ignore the 2.
So 10 points of damage.
1, 5, yeah, 10. Okay, I'm gonna edit that.
10 points of damage. All right. As you swing down and try and behead this creature, your sword, swinging with only one hand, just glances on the rocks on its back and sort of and just scratches off of it. You've dealt damage to it, but you're not going to behead this creature that easy.
Curses.
It does not look happy with you. Sano, your turn.
All right.
No, rebel, dang dog.
I'm going to give.
Do you avert your gaze from these basilisks?
Yes, I am. I'm going to grab out the vials of anti-poison. I'm going to hand the 2 good ones to Agnes and say, "Here, take them," and I'm going to down the other one.
Of antitoxin.
Antitoxin, sorry.
All right.
and I assume that's my action.
Bonus well, it would be bonus action to drink one, and since you're doing that, it'll be an action to pass it to Agnes. You now have advantages. Agnes, if Agnes were to drink one, she would have advantages on saving throws against being poisoned for an hour. Roll a D100, please, Comet.
Oh no.
All right, here we go,
If
oh
you-
baby.
50 or above, it works as intended. If
All
it's
right, so a
between
D100,
25
yes?
Yeah, if it's between 25 and 50, it only works half the time, and if it's below 25, it doesn't work at all. As you drink the antioxidant, you go, yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, I did a good job.
Yeah, okay,
Not
that's awesome.
noticing that it was a bit too watered down to have any effect whatsoever.
All right. And with that, I'm actually going to hop down off the horse to here.
All right.
That's my
Agnes,
turn.
your turn.
Okay.
You're
First
technically
question.
in that square there, just by FYI.
First question, which may lead on to another. From what I've seen of them already, would they be able to look up
Yeah.
too much? They can?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a creature which is larger than my dogs, so they
Yeah, but
are,
some creatures can't look up.
they are capable of looking up. They can also stand onto some of their hind legs.
Okay, that changes the plan. I am
They're
going.
predatorial, so that well, I mean, they're predatorial, but they also are somewhat hunted. So their eyes aren't like exactly on the front of their face; they're somewhat to the side.
Mhm.
But yes, they are capable of looking up. They can't look like straight up. They don't have that much movement, but they can look up enough to be able to see you.
Yeah, well, it still changes my plan.
Also, are you averting your eyes?
Yes, for the first half, I'm going to drink one of the antitoxins.
You either
But I
avert
was-
your eyes or you do not for your turn.
Can I drink and then shoot it?
Yeah, but you'd have to make a saving throw before you drink.
Real?
Yeah. Because you would have to sort of look at at what Cerno's given you, sort of unstopper it, drink it, and there's this creature literally right next to your ankle staring up at you, and you'd have to look down at what you've got in your hands.
So that's 5 foot. That's verbal. All my spells I have to look. All my spells. So yeah, I guess I have to.
Alright. Constitution saving throw.
Nope.
Unfortunately, you are now poisoned. However, you are now
Antitoxin.
you now have advantages against all saving throws against poisons. So to break free of this and not take damage, and to resist it yet again, you have advantage. But you can now
And
take
then
your
I
action.
want to shoot it with the crossbow.
See, guys,
You are-
it works.
You are at
Can I-
disadvantage since it is within 5 feet of you.
Can I? I wouldn't be able to. Or could I reach it with a dagger? I didn't think I could.
Yeah, it's been able to numb at your ankle. You could lean over the horse and stab at it.
And I
Again, this is
try
a
to
big
reach it.
creature.
I know it was big. I just didn't know how flat it was compared to how long. To hit is +3. And I'm doing this with a finely honed dagger thingy.
Certainly. All right, 18. That hits.
That okay? I was shot. D4.
+1. Ooh, wait, you're now poisoned, so that's actually at disadvantage, I'm afraid.
Roll again.
Boing.
Roll again. Roll again.
Yeah, no,
Hey!
you hit. You hit.
You were saying D4 +3. 1.
4 points of damage to this creature, which, as you sort of swing, trying to hit at its eye, It's able to somewhat duck out the way, but you sort of scrape through the flesh, and you realize you have to apply a fair bit of force to be able to puncture through this thing's scaly flesh, but you're able to draw some blood. Nah, it's your turn.
So I kind of wish I had my breath weapon back so I could bite the creature and then use that.
You're
But
just gonna bite it?
oh yeah, I was gonna bite it and then release my breath weapon. So
First question first. Are you avoiding your gaze?
no, I'm looking at it. It's fucking biting me.
Now, are you purposely going to try and not look at it, or are you going to just look at it?
Well, the two questions I have: could I use a cantrip and a spell, or no?
If one is a bonus action and one is an action, you would be able to do that.
Then never mind. None of these are fucking bonus actions. Fuck. I'm gonna look away from it, and then I will cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. Which direction are you forcing this thunder wave?
That away.
All right. So you are doing a 15-foot cube of that.
Yep.
All right. It has to make it's a
A Constitution
DC 12
saving.
Constitution saving throw. D20 plus. All righty, yeah. It rolls a 4.
Roll
So it takes the full
two-
blunt of the damage. And so as you sort of are lying on the ground, close your eyes, wave your hand frantically to do the arcane rituals to which you do remember. There's a loud as the creature in front of you takes 2d8 thunder damage and is forced back 10 feet.
I'm going to look at it before I say anything. You've been thunderstruck, and then I'm gonna smack it on top of the head.
It's moved away. You're currently lying on the ground.
Fine. I stand up.
Yes, good idea. And Thunderwave is not something which you hit things with. It's something which you essentially cause to happen near.
I wanted to
Just-
boop it on the snoot. Damn you.
Just as an effort. All right. Now it's this basilisk's turn. Tasty small morsel in front of it. Yum 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 yum.
Nom, 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 nom.
Does he nom?
You are avoiding looking at it, are you not?
Yes, I was.
Let me check. All right. That is a natural 18. That may hit.
Yeah, that
I'm
does.
Just I'm just rolling well. I'm sorry.
Nah.
These aren't meant to kill you. As you take. As you
These aren't meant to kill you.
as you
These
take
aren't meant to
9
kill.
points of piercing damage and 9 points of poison damage for a total of 18. which
Okay,
means-
I'll do the thing. So
14.
that one's gone. And then that is minus 14.
So you're on 14. So, just the vast majority of your health.
I'm at half health, guys. I'm halfway to death.
Arcane, you're going to try and get nommed on.
Woo!
It rolls a natural 17.
No, it's oh boy.
As you take a combined total of, oh god, you take 12 points of poison damage and 10 points of piercing.
So,
Could you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Sure. I'd love to.
what was this about not being killed?
Got a 10.
I'm afraid that Hunter's Mark is no longer being applied.
Oh shit.
For one case, it's 10 or half the damage, whichever is higher. I'm afraid 22 means that the DC was 11.
Damn.
So as this thing very angrily bites down on your knee, Now, you unfortunately give out a slight cry of pain, and your focus on this divine sort of homing in on this creature fizzles out. Savangao, your turn.
Yeah.
He would like to cast Dissonant Whispers at level 2 on the nearest thing while not looking at it.
Let us see. Dissonant Whispers. All right. Which one are you casting at?
The
Alright.
one that was sent away by the
Dragonborn.
Thunderwave.
Yeah. Okay, it must make a wisdom saving throw. You're just getting it to do all of its saving throws. It rolls a natural 17, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Oof.
So it takes half damage. So roll your 46, as it takes 5 points of psychic damage. So, not that you see this, but you hear sort of snapping of jaws and hissing as you cast your spell towards this creature. It is, unfortunately for you, now this creature's turn,
Nom, 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 nom.
and it wants this Dragonborn for a meal. So it's going to roll a 17. What is...
Yeah,
just
that hits. It's one above.
Right. As you take 11 points of damage in total.
Oh, that's not bad.
You're on 25 hit points as it kind of scuttles forwards once again, bites down onto your knee, to which, as you're sort of getting up, keeping your eyes closed, you hear the scuttling towards you. You bring your sword up, go to try and hit it, and it's already just chewing on your leg and cursing underneath your breath. Arsene, your turn.
Woo! Oh boy. Averting my gaze.
Ready?
Actually, should I? How much healing do I do with Cure Wounds?
D8.
Yeah, fuck it.
It might be
Oh,
a good idea to heal.
wait, do I have any potions? I have a potion. Okay, not averting my gaze.
Chug, chug.
You're
chug,
not averting
chug,
your gaze?
chug,
I'm
chug.
not averting my gaze.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
You are now poisoned.
Sweet. I would like to chug my potion. So 2d4 plus 2, because that's a bonus action, isn't it?
Yep.
So knows poisoned, yes? I'll add the poison thing to myself.
Ooh!
Was he
18, and
poisoned?
then
I thought he just didn't get... Oh no, yeah, because he failed his save, didn't he?
Yeah,
And then I
so it's
would
that
like
one,
to
I think.
double hand. Oh, wait, no, I just drank a potion. Could I double hand?
Yeah, you
Someone?
throw the potion on the ground, you hear the shattering of glass as
Oh,
you
what
bring the
a
sword up.
waste.
Hmm?
What a waste. There we go.
Yeah, 24 hits.
10 points of damage.
All right. As you swing your sword down yet again, trying to cut this damn creature's head off. I did that wrong. Actually, on that much health. There you go. As you try and cut this damn creature's head off, it still kind of hits the stones protruding from its back and kind of chip. And you, if this was any other sword, you'd think you might have damaged it. But thankfully for you, the magical enchantment keeps Talon intact as you withdraw. The creature doesn't look happy. There's now a bit of a gash in its neck, and you've managed to chip the stone, but it's still alive, breathing, and snapping at you.
Damn it.
Sano, your turn.
Alright. Alright. So the rules around the spellcasting is just so I understand. I can cast one as a bonus action and one as an action, right?
Yes, but if you cast a spell if you cast a spell with a level, so if you use a slot to cast a spell,
Yeah.
the other spell has to be a cantrip.
Yeah. Yeah, I got
Is that just for druids or all?
That's everyone until you guys reach level 8, and then we'll take on Map Masters. I mean, if you bother to read the homebrew rules, you'd know. But at level 8, you will be able to cast the second spell up to level 2. But at the moment, you can only cast a spell and a cantrip, as long as one is an action and one is a bonus action.
Alright.
Oh, it has to state bonus action.
Yeah, it has. The spell has to be a
Yeah.
bonus action and a action to cast. So you could Sono could cast Healing Word and then Thunderclap because that's a bonus action spell and a action cantrip.
All right. I want to summon my healing spirit.
Oh, all of the healing.
Yep.
Where do you want your totally not evil healing spirit to go?
I want him to. I want him to sit. Where can he sit that he gets me and possibly someone else? Because I don't know how his.
That's healing spirit. He's a call forth a spirit that soothes the wounded. Spirit appears in a space that is a 5-foot cube. I would assume he forms in a. He forms in a block.
Yeah. So he's just standing over me, being creepy, as he's totally not evil.
I mean, you can actually tell it what form to take.
Yeah, I want it to. I like the backstory of it's an actual sweetheart. It's just misunderstood.
It looks like Dayron.
It took the appearance of one of Cerno's nightmares, but it turned out it was generally quite a nice being, and so he's keeping it in that form.
Yep. Actually, can I
Dayron is now confused why
move
there are
over
two.
one and then summon it, sort of retconning my movement sort of thing?
Summon
So I'm
it
doing
there?
it there, and then I'm doing Thunderclap. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Alright, you are now concentrating. Happy and you know it, clap your hands, which means it has to make a constitution saving throw.
Basilisks can't clap their hands.
It snaps
have
its jaws in Comet's
claws.
direction.
Nom nom.
Yeah, I don't think their legs are quite able to clap. They're forever in a press-up
Reach.
position, you see. Alright, its constitution.
That has to make.
It makes a 16 in total, I'm afraid.
Damn it. All right.
If that is the end of your turn, please make another constitution saving throw.
20.
You are no longer poisoned.
Yay!
I'm actually going to bring you to the front so your freaking healing spirit can stand underneath you.
I like him standing over me. I want to
otherwise
get.
I
I want to
can't
get a
click on the
commission
damn
piece of.
thing.
I want to get a commission piece of Cerno and his buddy, the healing spirit, who's totally not evil.
I want. I want 2 commission pieces I'll get eventually. Alright, so Cerno, you're no longer poisoned. Congratulations.
Yay! I feel
Agnes, your
accomplished.
turn.
First question: what's Dayron doing throughout the whole of this?
He's just slowly backing away. Yep.
Like he
All you
always
guys,
does.
Keep going. You're doing well.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it a bonus action or an action to pass a potion to a living person? Say if I wanted to pass
I would
the
say bonus action to pass it.
the antitoxin to Savangal, could I reach?
To Savangal? Not really. He occupies this square. You occupy this square. Occupies that square. The horse occupies the square you're in.
Okay, third question. Could I, with my action and bonus action, cast Levitate using the boots and then shoot it?
No, because both of those are an action.
Mm.
It's honestly a really smart idea, though.
That's why I was asking if it's the up. I don't have anything. I use the spider staff and I've taken the potion, haven't I? The antitoxin. So I take the staff and just drive it down by the side of me, trying to hit it.
All right. Well, roll to hit with the staff. So +1.
Yes, it's not gonna be much, but everything I have
You're
burns
also
it to a
poisoned,
crisp.
I forget the Constitution saving.
which means you have disadvantage on attack roll.
Oh, are you avoiding your gaze?
No, she's poisoned.
I'm
Oh.
poisoned, but I am advanced.
Oh, I mean, well, unfortunately, we have to take the 9 rather than 20.
I
So
mean,
you
but
find
it would have
ram
been really
down,
cool.
You feel the staff hit something solid, and you're like, yes! And then you look and see that you've actually just hit the floor.
I
Now make a
don't look.
Constitution saving throw at advantage, please.
Constitution saving throw. If I remember what it was. +3.
Can do it. You can do it. Do 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 do.
At advantage.
Yes, because you have the antitoxin.
See, guys, it wasn't just a
See?
useless
With
thing.
22, you are no longer poisoned.
I helped.
And with that, it's now Nar's turn.
Can I not hit
will-
it again as a bonus action? No. Okay.
No,
So,
not unless you have feats or abilities.
okay, so I'm
Two
gonna be
weapon
mean.
fighting.
Not two weapons.
No.
I'm going to flip off the basilisk or whatever the hell the snake thing is, and I'm
It's actually
going
more
to
a lizard.
cast. And I am going to cast True Strike. You
Uh.
extend your hand and point a finger at the target in range. Magic grants me a brief insight to the target's defenses. On my next turn, I gain
Are
an
you
advantage.
averting your gaze?
I'm gonna look at the motherfucker.
Make a
Well,
Constitution saving throw.
Do you have a
Can I
death
point
wish?
at it and flip it off? Like, is that? Don't I
I'm
have to look
asking,
at it?
are you looking at this creature, or are you purposely avoiding making eye contact with this thing? And by
Well, then
making
I
eye
won't-
contact, I mean not looking at it.
Then I won't look at it.
Okay, if you're not looking at it, you do cast True Strike. You are now concentrating.
Okay. Which on my next turn, I get to know it.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I can't do anything else besides the flippin' thing. But yeah.
All right. Well, this basilisk, annoyed at this woman slamming down on its head,
Hum. Nom, nom, nom,
it's
nom.
going to bite at this horse to try and bring it down.
Oh.
To which a
No.
natural 19, I'm afraid it hits. With 19 points of damage,
Oh no, the horse is dead. Again.
yeah, this horse isn't alive anymore.
We kill another horse.
We haven't killed a horse. The first one died and then got brought back to life.
The first one became unconscious. But now Agnes is prone as this horse, as this basilisk actually bites its jaws into this horse, which has been waiting very patiently for something. As it tries to run away, it ends up causing more damage as the basilisk bites in and tears out a chunk as this poor horse now collapses to the floor with Agnes on top of it. This basilisk is going to reposition himself, and speaking of, this horse is now going to fuck off because this horse has common sense.
Roll for common sense.
They're
Or does
wise
it have
creatures.
stab?
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They have 11 in wisdom.
Unlike the
Oh.
people riding them, who
R-
didn't
wait.
think to ride away.
However, this basilisk rolls a natural 3 in trying to bite Arsene.
Yeah.
Savangal, your turn.
Meow.
So Savangal would like to cast
I'm okay, don't worry about it.
The horses have more wisdom than Nar.
Shut up.
I have more ways than them though.
Savangal would like to continue trying to cast Shatter on the one that's right in front of Nar.
Casting it there, then I assume.
Yep.
Right, that's another Constitution saving throw for no. Which rolls an 18 in total,
Nah.
as it takes 6 points of damage. Better than
It
last
does
time.
the same damage whether it takes the full one or not.
What, shatter?
Yes.
A creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
First one it failed and I rolled a 6.
Oh,
This
right.
one I didn't. That one
Oh.
it saved on it and got still 6.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, just think. If it had been the other way around, you would have done significant damage.
I know.
Actually, no, you would have only done 3 more damage. I'm assuming you also averted your gaze. Having seen that there's now a creature on the ground, it's going to run over and try and jump on Agnes.
Nom, nom, nom.
Oh boy.
Pass now. Picky.
You're on the ground. You're easy food.
Keep us.
These aren't intelligent creatures.
Nara is also on the ground.
Nar's standing. Agnes
He
is
got
prone.
up.
He's standing on the ground.
He's also proven to be a pain to try and hit, so it's just going to go try and eat the woman, which is on the ground and easy pickings for food. Seriously, these aren't smart creatures. It rolls a 14 as it's with advantage.
Shield.
Oh, that. All right. Agnes, as you see this lumbering creature coming running towards you, you kind of go, oh shit. And this arcane field appears just in front of you before the jaws slam down on top of you. Arsene, your turn.
I would like to Hunter's Mark as I go. Fuck it and look at the basilisk. Yeah, Night Eyes is like getting out of here. Phew.
If flying, it needs to move 5 feet per round.
Okay, I forgot. Thank you. Hunter's Mark. This little
Alright.
should make a Constitution save.
Mhm.
No.
Nope, not until the end of your turn.
Okay.
Make your attack at disadvantage.
14.
I'm afraid with a 14, your sword just clips off some of the stone on its back, unable to land a solid hit. Now you make your Constitution saving throw. And with that,
Again.
I'm afraid you take 10 points of poison damage.
I just healed that.
Good job you did!
Yeah, I'd be unconscious otherwise.
Cerno, your turn.
All right.
You know, wasn't actually expecting these creatures to be able to bite you as much as they are.
All right.
Really, the creatures that
So
we
I-
can't look at.
Okay.
Really?
I
Yeah,
get to roll 1d6. So you guys talk while I just talk to myself.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the creatures which you can't look at, the difficulty is meant to come with not being able to hit them easily and or becoming petrified or poisoned. Not getting bitten repeatedly.
Now,
6, nice healing.
I'm going to
Well,
use a
damage.
healing word at
Oh,
second level. It's a bonus
Arsene,
action.
make a Constitution saving throw again, please.
Ah, for God.
So that's
Hunter's Mark fizzles out.
Really? Again?
Yep, 10 or half the damage, whichever is higher.
Nah. Why am I rolling so badly for my
Arsene, you
And-
get 9 hit points back.
As you're
Oh.
cursing your bad fortune, you hear the small cries of a small halfling druid shouting encouragement in your direction, and you feel oddly inspired to the point you're no longer feeling quite as beaten up.
And
Yeah.
for my main action, I would like to
Are
lightning.
you averting your gaze?
No, fuck it. I'm gonna do. It was lightning lore a ranged attack. It doesn't look like it. It's just a strength saving throw.
Yeah, it's just a strength saving throw.
And can I cast it now? When I'm right next to. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast it on.
It's within range.
I'm gonna cast it on that one there and try and pull it towards me.
All right, we'll make a Constitution saving throw.
Ah, shit, yeah. Alright. I'm so glad!
You are saved. It has to make a strength check.
Of 11.
Right.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Cross
So all
every
you
bit
need
you
to do is
can.
make it make a. You just need to make it make a wisdom and a charisma check, and you've made it make all the checks.
Cross
It's
everything
a
you can
20
cross.
total, I'm afraid. So as your lightning
Shit.
wraps around one of its many legs, you try and pull, and although you lift the leg up, the other 7 sort of dig in, and you're not pulling it anywhere closer to you.
Damn it. Alright.
Agnes, your turn.
As I am standing up, I cast Sword Burst, and they have to both make dexterity saves because the horse is dead by this point in Agnes's eyes. So
The horse is now definitely dead.
Oh, I wanted to say that. If I hadn't had to do it on scene, I would have done it for the horsey.
I'm sorry.
sorry.
That's a failure and a 6. Wait, what's your spell?
14.
Oh no, that's 2 failures.
Well, at least there's a silver lining. Well, two.
So Agnes stood atop a dead horse, is holding a staff in one hand and this large rock in the other. As swords fly around her, slashing at these creatures. Were you averting your eyes?
Yes, because I don't need to see them to do that.
Nope.
And I really hope this doesn't invoke anything. I'm gonna move here and give Savingal the other potion. What is it called? Antitoxin?
Yeah, the antitoxin.
So I just have an idea now.
Unfortunately, that does evoke attack of opportunity from Mr. Poison Eyes. He rolls a 22 in total. Stop! I'm just rolling 17s and above at the moment. Seriously.
Stop it.
Wait. Oh, it doesn't even matter. Carry on.
Oh shit, not 2d6. Wrong
Ooh.
one. 15 points of damage.
How dead?
So what? Minus 9.
So -6, so it's becoming 17.
Yeah.
I got it.
So, Agnes, as you step away and hand Savangal this vial, you feel a chomping on the leg and turn to not quite see just these teeth digging into your heel as you kind of go and whack
I don't
it
think
with
I
the
need to
staff.
see to know what it is.
Yeah, well, you know what it is. As you go to try and whack it with the staff, it reflexively lets go and backs off. It is, however, Nar's turn.
Which I'm going to step over here behind the Basilisk. And if I'm not mistaken, I have this lined up correctly to where that's 15 feet. And I'm going to cast. Actually, did my True Strike get anything?
Your True Strike grants you advantage on your attack. On your next attack against it.
Right. I am going to cast Thunder Wave, and
Which does...
both the Basilisk does need to make the Constitution saving
Thunder
throws.
Wave is a 15-foot cube.
Oh no.
Whoops, I went
What?
wonky with the lines.
Isn't the 15-foot cube? Wouldn't it reach to?
Yeah, that's not what why I'm reminding you.
It's everything in the 15-foot cube.
Oh yeah.
That includes
Mhm.
Agnes.
Can I move down a little bit more?
that would actually-
or-
That would hit from casting of self. So centralize that there, turn that there. That would hit Savangal, Basilisk, and Agnes.
And horse.
And horse.
We kill all the horses today.
Do I pull the trigger or not pull the trigger?
I think we all know what we want you not to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but my gun's increasing. Okay, fine. I won't do that.
This is how we die.
I
Yeah.
will go ahead and I will.
TPK by party member.
Yep.
TPK by additional party member whilst reviving his previous character.
Yeah, whilst on the quest to revive his previous party member, he ended up killing the rest of the party.
Mhm. It would be
Well,
his kind
see
of
y'all in
irony.
the next campaign. I
Make it run in tandem with the Monday group.
I will cast Chromatic Orb.
Ooh.
Are you averting your gaze?
Yeah,
All right.
'cause it's a +4 to hit, so I guess I gotta roll with disadvantage.
No, well, it depends what you're attacking, and also just a reminder, I believe It's a ranged spell attack. If you try and roll it, it will be at. Okay, so it'll be at disadvantage. If you try to hit the one in front of you, it would be at disadvantage because you're looking. Because you're
I
not
was
looking.
gonna smack this guy over here.
Still with him, disadvantage because you're not looking. You would not get your advantage on True Strike because it's not the one to which you cast it on, and then you would also have disadvantage because you are using a ranged attack when you are within combat range with a hostile creature.
So overall, you're just
Okay, fine then.
disadvantaged.
I'm just going to bring down the fucking axe.
Bring down the axe on the one in front of you.
Yep.
Then make a straight roll.
You know what? I'm going to look at it because I don't trust
All
myself.
right. Make a Constitution saving throw and then make advantage.
19.
Ooh.
So your
There's
total
the
Constitution.
18, and there's the 18 as well, which will 1d12 plus
All
my
right.
3. It's a 10.
10 points of damage as you bring your. Which weapon was it again?
The great axe.
As you bring the great axe down on this creature's back, it kind of writhes in pain and turns to sort of snap at you, and you back off slightly. Your True Strike has ceased.
And I'm going to burn my action surge, and I'm gonna swat at it again.
All right, roll your attack. This time just regular.
Yep.
19 hits. Roll your damage.
Wait, that's not the right fucking one. There we go. That works.
All right. As you slam down your great axe onto this creature, it writhes in pain, tries to crawl away. It seems like it is on its last legs. Literally.
Is it not dead?
No, you hack off a leg, but it is still just about living.
I hate you.
It had 10 HP left.
Fine.
Sometimes I wish I was making this up because it's just hilarious how close you guys get, and it's so devastating to me.
I hate you.
Devastating to you.
Because it's like, oh, they were so close. I feel bad for you guys sometimes, you know?
He says, almost killing us so many times.
I feel bad when I roll nothing but 17s.
Mhm.
I don't feel bad when you.
No, we believe you.
I don't feel bad sometimes, but I do feel bad. I mean, I feel bad sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
That's why we call you it.
With a 15, does that hit Sono?
I agree.
No, it
Odd.
doesn't.
I agree.
What did
Ooh.
Odd say?
A 15, as this creature tries to bite down on Sono, it doesn't have any effect. This one up here is going to try and bite down on Arsene.
Woo!
It rolls another natural fucking 17. I wish I was making this up.
Okay, there's something wrong with the
You are
dice.
typing the right thing, right? There is a D.
Yes,
like,
yes,
yeah.
yes, I am.
Mhm.
I'm still okay.
As Arsene takes 15 points of damage.
What are you on?
2.
Oh shit.
We
What do you put that
are
into?
the
There we go.
greatest people ever.
Mhm. I'm still kicking.
As it bites down on your leg, you
What?
feel the poison and piercing damage course into you. You're just about surviving. Just about. Savangal, your turn.
She would like to grab Arsene and drag her on the horse.
All right, Arsene, you get pulled. I think you mean Agnes, right?
Yes, Agnes.
Screw
Agnes.
you.
What?
Do you get
Wait,
pulled
what?
onto the horse?
So which space is she in now? Sorry.
And then Savangal would like to cast Healing Word on Arsene.
Oh,
Well,
thank
Agnes
you.
is now occupying
sorry.
this space here.
Okay, cool.
And a healing word on Arsene is. I'm assuming you're avoiding your gaze yet again.
Yep.
Cerner, you should totally move the fuck out the way.
Well, Arsene, you're not quite as close to death.
I might survive the poison next round. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, it's really like you.
Alright, getting annoyed at you and try and bite you. Rolls a natural 2. So it's just gonna skirt here.
Why? God damn
Why?
you! I hate you.
Arcene, your turn.
I want to kill the one in front of me, and I don't
Alright.
care that I'm looking.
But you're still at disadvantage.
13 doesn't hit.
13 doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
13 and a 23.
Where's my constitution save?
You're
Wait, do
not
I
moving?
make it for poison? I mean, like,
Just a general question? Okay.
I'm stepping closer to the group. I don't know. Maybe that'll help us. Think about it.
Alright, and yeah, Constitution if that's the end of your turn.
It's just getting lower. It's getting
It's-
lower with each roll.
These dice don't like you.
They really don't.
They really don't.
Wow.
God, really? Full damage?
Full damage. Jesus, what have you done to RNGesus in this?
It's because I'm an atheist.
RNGesus does not care. So, your turn. Are you reversing your gaze?
Jesus, I'm an atheist. The best quote
Okay. Bonus action. Healing.
Are you averting your gaze?
Yes, I am. Bonus action, healing word on our scene. Wait, hang on, let me double check. Healing word.
A
Yes,
creature that you can
24.
see within range.
Alright, I'm
You've
looking.
got a basilisk, you're averting your gaze, a dead horse, and then Arsene on the floor. Basilisk right behind her.
Wait a minute, hang on.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I can still do all the things. So it's a alright. There's a bonus action.
If you're averting your gaze, you're not going to be able to heal her.
Alright. Let me just measure.
Simply because you would have to look at the two basilisks.
Alright, I'm gonna. Alright. I'm gonna run around here as a bonus action,
Right,
moving.
you kite them.
What?
You kite them,
Yeah.
as in go around them.
Yep. As a bonus action, I'm moving my totally not evil healing spirit into the space that Arsene is in. So it's standing over, and then I'm gonna cast.
Did you heal yourself?
No, I haven't. You want me to do that?
Well, you started your turn in it, did you not?
Hey, that's a +6. RNGesus likes me. And then I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Lucky
Alright.
you.
I'm gonna place my hand on her. Hang on, I'm just double checking because I want to make sure. There we go. Okay. That's 7 for you. And I don't need to avert. Do I need to avert my? Can I avert my gaze while doing that?
You would have averted your gaze once you ran around, but you can do that with averting your gaze. It's just that with trying to healing word her, it specifically says you can see you've got a large basilisk, which is larger than you, a dead horse, and another basilisk in your line of sight trying to see Arsene. So, I mean, even if you weren't avoiding your gaze, you would have been able to see her.
Yeah, so, alright, that's all cool. Does she get the... No, she doesn't get the effect of the healing spirit yet, I don't think.
I don't see healing spirit.
The spirit...
Whenever
until the
you
spell
or a
ends.
creature you can see moves into spirit space for the first time on turn... it says when you move into it.
I'll just say when she starts a turn on it if you want. I think that'll be
Sure.
simpler.
Alright, that is Sano's turn. Agnes, you're now on the back of a horse.
Where's the horse?
Well,
She's not the one in control. Savangal is.
Agnes is getting on the horse, and then she sees Arsene get knocked down, so she is not happy at all.
That's my kill.
She said
In, Ag-
on the
in
floor,
Ag-
bleeding out.
in Agnes's mind, this thing just took down her daughter, so she's not fucking happy. She's gonna go and punch it using shocking grasp. And yes, she's staring dead.
Jump
Right,
off
make-
the fucking horse and go and just
Make
attack.
a Constitution
Okay.
saving throw.
That's not what I type.
Oh, with advantage, obviously.
Yeah, saving.
Abigail, I'm
I keep
sorry.
forgetting it.
I'm doing this. I'm sorry.
You got any damage?
You
Haven't got
say-
17.
You are not poisoned.
And then
Roll your attack.
shocking grasp is +6. I banks out. D6.
16 just hits.
Whee!
Roll your
Woo.
damage. Unfortunately, it's not made of metal.
Hmm.
Aw.
4 points of damage. Nice. Alright, as you run forward, really pissed off at this point, you lock
Oh,
this
she's
creature
screaming.
dead in the eye and just slap it across the snout as sparks of lightning just course along its body as it kind of spasms slightly and just hisses at you. Your turn. It was unless you're doing anything else.
I don't think I can.
I'm curious. No. Okay. Well, I'm going to cast Underwave.
You're going to hit Savangal and the horse.
You
Is
know,
there a
you
way-
move around it a little bit, and then you
Yeah,
can get
can I
in
just-
such a way.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Can I just move down, like, over to fucking here?
Oh, shit.
Not that
Uh,
far, like, to...
And cast it from there. Casting it from there. You're casting it at an odd angle, you won't get the one behind.
I want to get the one behind
not-
me, damn
You're
it.
not you're not going to be able to get both of them casting from those two squares without hitting Savangal.
Mm,
You're either forward there, you're either the one behind, which will hit Savangal and the horse, but will hit both of them, or you're down here, which will only hit that one.
Savangal, you can make a good DC, right?
Oh
She's
my
on
god.
horse.
And the horse.
That's your horse.
This is
I
your
know it's
call,
my
dude.
horse. I know. Thunderwave.
From where?
From where it would get my horse.
Then move your
And
character back.
Savangal. Right there.
So you're trying to.
Right. That that would hit the horse.
boy.
Right. Horse, Savangal, and then the two creatures to make saving throws.
Wait, I have to make a saving
Dex
throw as well.
Yep, so does Sona.
Uh-huh.
All right. What is it?
It is
It
Wait,
honestly,
Thunderwave.
it's Constitution saving
Constitution.
throw of 12.
All right. That's a 17.
I need to
Up
roll
you.
3d20s. That is a fail, and a fail. Roll your damage. Alright, Sano, Savangal, you take 5 points of damage. This Basilisk takes 10. This Basilisk gets literally blasted God knows where. It's like just ragdoll physics amped up as you just hear this
You do realise we need their physical bodies, right?
as it kind of just slams into the back. Yeah, luckily for you, these things aren't too squishy. The horse gets knocked 10 feet, and Savangal, being sat on top of it, being able to dodge most of the blow, however, is not able to dodge landing on all fours, not taking any damage, but currently counted as prone.
Oh, shit.
This creature moves 10 feet away.
Nah, I don't get an
Okay.
attack of opportunity, do I?
No, you don't, because it's not
That's my
moving
turn.
underneath its own ability. Did you
Ah, yeah.
avoid your looking?
Uh,
I'm assuming you did.
Yeah,
avoid
I'm
looking
gonna
at them.
assume so as well. I'm just like, I'm sorry.
That horse is very almost dead and is actually going to bolt.
Oh, shit. It's gonna be a long walk.
Food, ground.
Woo!
Well, one's
Hold-
dead. This
okay.
Is
Okay. Seriously, why,
What did
whenever I
you
roll
roll?
against her, do I roll nothing but 17s?
Oh my god.
I'm serious. Critical
Was it 17?
advantage, and it rolls 2 17.
Oh, I was expecting another nat 20, honestly, because this seems to be your thing, especially with
I'm not
Nyx.
trying to kill your
just
character again.
doesn't like Abby.
I'm
The
not
dice
trying to
don't
kill
like
your character, but she's unconscious again.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
All right. This creature's going to move here, and it's going to make a bite at Agnes.
Nate's
Yum,
trying
yum,
to
yum,
be
yum,
nice.
yum. It rolls a natural 16.
It's pretty close.
Go for it.
11 points of damage combined. As this thing scuttles up and bites down hard on top of you. Onto your, it's kind of working its way up. It's nibbled at your ankle, it's nibbled at your knee, it's now nibbling at your thigh.
Fucking watch that shit. Nope.
Getting higher.
Nope.
Look
Seven
at
go.
hands you
Your
with
turn.
Agnes. What the hell?
Fucking nope.
Asked a healing word on our scene.
You're going to have to look at a basilisk to do so.
Don't worry about it.
Actually,
I
she
got
would like
some.
to run up into the spare totem and right in that space, and then attempt to dunk the potion that she has into Arsene's mouth. And
All right,
I'm
that
okay,
is
I have
easily
the
done.
healing-
The bear token is
I
going
have
to.
the healing spirit.
Yeah, but still, and that bear token
It doesn't
Extra
matter.
heals,
down at
extra
the turn.
heals.
That can give you 6 points of healing at max.
2d4 plus 4.
I only did 5 damage. It's fine.
That is. Oh, is it 4?
Anyone
2?
die while I was gone?
No,
Well,
it's
not
2. So that's
yet.
actually 8 points of healing. So Arsene is now awake again.
Again, my god.
You
this
are
is like
coming in and
fever
out of
dream.
consciousness a lot. This cannot be healthy for you.
This is
and
like
then
my normal night's sleep.
Abigail can use bardic inspiration
Yes.
on Arsene.
Arsene, you are now bardically inspired as as you come awake to see Savangao just pouring the last remains of a potion into your face before chucking it into the air and then
Nice.
apparently inspiring words.
Just,
now
just chucking it into the air.
Arsene's
But
turn.
yeah.
Mm.
For my movement to
Roll a
get
1d6 for your
space.
healing.
Oh shit, yeah. Thank you.
And she stands up, and the totally not evil spirit
Two.
grants you an additional 2
It gives
hit
her
points.
it just gives her a nice pat on the back.
Pat on the
there
back.
you go.
Or
There,
like,
there.
I don't know, can it actually touch people?
No.
The hand
would like
slightly goes
to
through.
attack this guy.
It's like Dayron, it just like attempts. Just like,
Disadvantage.
I know.
You hit. Roll
What?
your damage.
Yay.
I was gonna use my bardic inspiration, but sweet.
5 points of damage. It's still alive. It's
Really,
not very happy.
Talon?
Ah,
Really,
ah.
Talon?
Mm.
You would have had to
Well-
roll a 9 or a 10 to kill it.
I'm just gonna
now
move up.
make your Constitution saving throw.
No. I'm gonna stay in the spirit. I was gonna move, but then
Make your Constitution saving throw.
I'm just typing it. Same again. The same.
God
It
damn.
does not like you. Apparently the dice want you dead.
I'm still up.
God damn it.
I'm still standing. So no, your
Oh,
turn.
God. This is why I shoot things.
Just Agnes, you just hear in the distance. You guys are doing great.
Alright. Cure
Hit
wounds.
them some more.
Cure wounds on Arsene again.
I'm so sorry, guys.
That's going to be
That must
6.
be your That's your last
No,
first level, isn't it?
No.
Less
I've got two.
restoration. Lesser restoration. Oh no, that's second level, isn't it?
Yeah,
So yeah, that's one second level, 2 first level left.
I don't have any second levels left.
Oh no, of course.
Yep.
Caps at 3.
Yep. So that's that. You've got 6 back, and I'm going. I'm gonna
Thank you.
swing my scimitar with booming blade.
At disadvantage.
Now I'm gonna look at the fucker. Let's do this.
Then roll Constitution.
All right. That's 1 plus. Hang on. Yeah, 1 plus 2. That's.
You are now poisoned at
Eh.
disadvantage.
Who cares? All right. That's scimitar. Yeah, nah. Not even gonna bother rolling the but I'll roll the second, just in.
Don't you?
Fuck!
I was about to say, don't you might get a natural 20.
I'm mad.
All right, Agnes, your turn.
I'm mad.
He's mad. He's mad. He's really, really mad.
Mood.
I'm sorry for the
Agnes, what
clipping,
would you
people,
like to
but dear
do?
God.
Agnes is
pissed me off.
still screaming, "Not my daughter, you bitch," and punches it again.
Are you averting your gaze?
We need to have a serious talk
Make
about
a
this. You know?
Constitution saving throw. You're poisoned now.
Good job.
She's still punching it.
Roll at disadvantage. Yeah, this is where these things get you. Well, I'm glad it wasn't the natural 20. But 21 does hit.
Wait, I forgot what it does. Yay. Yay.
3 points of damage.
Can I punch it again, please? Because I got a 20.
Slap it again on its nose. Lightning crackling through its body. It not really being able to do much.
She's not slapping it. She's full on like wailing at it, but because
Just-
she's not strong, it's just not much.
It's like bro fisting it, sort of force, but she's putting all her
She's
strength
trying.
behind it.
She's a
Uh,
brave old
trying.
lady.
That's what matters.
Nah, it is now your turn.
I'm going to run up behind the little fucker, and I will cast Sword Burst myself.
So a sword burst.
Well,
Alright,
look who's
make
cop.
a dexterity saving. It rolls a 7.
Mm.
Roll your damage.
Which is just a D6.
Yep. How much? 4
4.
points of damage.
Is it
The
dead?
sword's cut somewhat into its back. Oh, God, no. This one's taken like no damage whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Comet's been healing most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Well, one of them's dead. I was
I'm
hoping
good
to
at
kill.
this.
Wait, what does Sword Burst do?
It just fires a load of daggers at them.
Sword burst is essentially just a load of spectral swords swing around you.
Does
Mhm.
it stay, or
Yeah, there's no force damage or anything.
does it stay, or? Is
No,
it
no, it's just a
one-time?
one-turn thing.
Oh.
It's a
Mhm.
cantrip, dude. It's going to make a bite at Sano.
Let's go.
Natural 18.
Yeah, that hits.
Imagine if these things critted, that's 17 points of damage.
I will.
Could you make a constitution saving throw, please, Sano?
All right. 10.
You just about make it. Your healing spirit is still up. This basilisk. Yeah, no, it's going to try and chomp at Agnes.
Mhm.
I know how you feel,
Shield.
Seven Gal.
It has a +5. That's 20.
Oh, okay, don't shield.
Holy
You said shield. I'm
Oh.
going to let that one slide. You didn't use it, but you do take 17 points of poison damage.
Okay, I roll Constitution.
Yep, Constitution.
Oh
This
yeah. This
Strength
again.
of the grave. 5 plus the damage taken. Unfortunately, that is not enough. You are now unconscious. And this thing is now going to GTFO.
The attack of opportunity.
You certainly do. Make it a disadvantage.
Really? Mm.
As you try and strike at it, you see Agnes just... And you have to stop your swing, or else you would hit both of them. Savengao, your turn.
She would like to cast Dissonant Whispers on the one fleeing, and then she would like to take her action to go stabilize Agnes.
Dissonant Whispers is an action.
Ah, shite. And I can't cast the spell because I don't have.
Yeah.
We would like to cast Healing Word on Agnes then.
All right. Roll your healy heals. Hey, Arsene, you weren't the one who fell unconscious this time.
Woo! I have an unconscious count of 3, 4. I can't remember.
Agnes, you come back to consciousness. Face
Well, then,
first in the
Can
stone.
Savangirl insult the thing though?
Yes, she can. And she'll try and
Yay.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Freaking running away, pussy.
Of course it's running away. It rolls a 15 in total. Unfortunately, that saves against you.
Meh.
Arsene, your turn.
I drop down, pull out my bow, and I'm going to shoot the one that's running away.
You have disadvantage on this for so many reasons.
13 doesn't hit. 15, isn't
Just
it?
hits against the wall and falls down.
You also get healing.
Oh shit, yeah. Woo!
4 points of healing.
Oh, no.
All right. Sano, your turn.
Cerno is going to move here. Then he's going to wild shape into a black bear.
Dramatic.
I know. So dramatic.
Small Sano can go hide over here.
Alright.
Bear is, however, concentrating and poisoned.
Yep. And I'm going to run after this one. And
As you do so, this
can't
one isn't very
actually-
happy that its meal is trying to run away.
I can't
So
actually
it rolls
attack it because that was an action, right?
No, 12. What's
It doesn't, yeah, that's an action.
what's a black bear's armor class?
I'll grab it up for you. It is an 11.
So 12 hits. All right. Found that as a 12. Yeah, plus 5 is 12. 20 points of...
And I'm out of my form.
Whoa! That was brief.
So wait, hold on. What just happened?
I wild formed, ran over here, and my wild form's just gone.
As he ran away, as you see Sono kind of push past, duck underneath one of Arsene's leg, his lengthen, become this bear, starts running. You just hear this as you just notice these jaws snap down on the bear's ass. You just suddenly see this bear form as it runs just shift back into a small halfling just clutching his ass, going ow, 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 ow. Is that your turn?
That was my action. Fudge me, man. Screw it, I'm gonna healing word myself, cause
Good idea.
this so did not go the way I intended.
Yeah, but it's funny as hell.
Yeah.
It saved you. It killed you.
5 points of healing.
Thank you.
All right. Sano, could you make a Constitution save, please?
Oh god.
I'm guessing because
Oh,
Agnes
and,
was unconscious.
make
she
a-
just made.
I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw with the bear's Constitution.
Oh, all right. Yeah. That's plus.
For one Constitution saving throw with the bear's Constitution, which is a 12. Sorry, a +2.
Yeah.
It's a 14.
That's a 21.
All right, you are still concentrating on healing spirit right now. Make your Constitution saving throw being poisoned.
All right. 16.
You are no longer poisoned.
Agnes shouldn't have made a concentration throw last time, should she?
No.
Wait, no,
No,
that was this turn.
because she got
Um,
poisoned. On the turn you get poisoned, you do not take the effect.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, the downfall of getting poisoned is your attack is at disadvantage on that turn. The next turn, if you don't succeed the save, you take the damage. So each turn you get a chance to succeed against it. If you fail to against it, you take damage. Continue to be poisoned.
Okay.
So it is now Agnes's turn. She is flat on her face.
She stands up.
She is no longer flat on her face.
She then moves 10 feet. There. Yep. And casts poison spray at the bast.
All right. Poison spray. Constitution saving throw for these creatures.
Yes.
Something which they're actually good at. It rolls a
Mhm.
13. Roll your
Ha!
damage.
Wait, D12?
D12.
D12. That's 13.
Cool.
How do you want to kill this creature with poison?
Yay.
Don't you dare kill my kids!
Thank you.
So no, you're very confused. You very confused going, hang on a second, I swear I was a bear a second. As you heal yourself. Notice that this lizard-like creature, as it's scurrying and you notice it's starting to go down a burrow, it just gets blasted in its back by the sort of green ray, and its legs sort of just suddenly spread out sideways as it just kind of collapses to the ground. The light fading from its eyes. Is that your turn, Agnes?
That's all I can do. Yeah.
Right, make your Constitution saving. You still have advantage for antitoxin. You make it. You are no longer poisoned.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Ah. I'm so happy I made those.
'Tis my turn.
Not. Oh yeah, no, it is your turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your turn. Do what you will to my poor defenseless creatures.
Sure. Trying to think, if I walked over here, would I be getting Arsane?
Yes,
Fuck.
but if you'd have to stand like on the rock to not get Arsene.
I run over to the rock then.
The rock is not like.
No,
Yes,
I'm
you
joking.
can stand on the rock, but it's not exactly the wisest thing to do.
Can't you just
I'm just gonna
move...
smack it. I'm just gonna smack it with the axe.
I mean, he could literally just move to, say, here and cast it if he really wanted to. He would then essentially catapult the creature into Savangan. You know.
Ninja, I know what you're thinking. No.
You know for a fact what I'm thinking.
No. Ninja. Ninja. Ninja.
No wonder why Nar got tossed out the army. He doesn't consider what his teammates do.
Mm.
Ninja.
No! Boom! 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 Dude,
th-
you've just killed your entire squad. I don't care.
21 to hit, and I'm
Okay,
looking at the bastard.
Yeah. Oh, you're looking at the bastard?
Oh.
Roll
I
your
am.
constitution. Alright, you succeeded in constitution. 21 does hit. Roll your damage.
Little D12 plus 3 is what I want to say. It's a plus 3.
Oof.
Yeah, that is a plus 3.
It does not look happy with you. As you slam your great axe down, it turns to face you and does not look best pleased.
Excuse me, sir. What do you think you're doing?
What do you
I
think you're doing?
I'm going to snarl at it.
Snarl. Snarl.
It rolls a natural 19 as it chomps on you as after you've just hit it and deals 22 points of damage
Far out, man.
as it snarls back as you kind of slam down with your axe. It turns as you pull it out. You snarl. As you do so, your snarl suddenly goes into a oh shit as its teeth just clump down around your chest, and you have to sort of pry it off using the end of your axe.
Just lifting the jaw like, ow, 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 my nibble.
This was a bad idea. This was a bad idea. Savangao, your turn.
It's got my nibble now.
All right, she would like to.
It's got your what?
Nipple,
She
he
would like
said.
to
Oh, I
Infinite
thought
whispers on the
I
one
heard
next
right.
close by her.
I mean, that's the only one which is still alive.
Yep.
It rolls a total of 0.
Oh. So sad.
Does that mean it takes double damage?
No. But it is only just alive now. And since it failed, I believe.
Full 16 damage.
Yep, it's just alive.
Oh. What? Damn.
Alright. It fucks off.
No,
Can
you
I-
don't.
Wait, no, I get an attack of opportunity, don't I?
Can I ask if I
You do.
get an attack
Yeah.
of opportunity?
Yeah, but you're at a disadvantage, Arsene.
Roll
Yeah.
d20 plus 13? No.
No. You just fluff it. Arsene, you actually hit. Roll your damage.
Hell yeah.
Come on,
Damn you.
come on, come on,
Hell
come
yeah.
on.
Wait, is that your bow?
Yep.
Then, alright.
I was holding my bow. I was wielding it still from when I tried to shoot the other one when it ran.
Yeah, you were. How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
I don't want to hit its head. Can
Up the
I
butt.
just shoot it like up its spinal cord?
Alright, well, you take aim, still coughing. You
in the
release the
butt.
arrow. It flies. It looks like it's about to hit its head. You curse underneath your breath as it sort of twists in its movement as it runs. It instead just hits into the base of the skull, and you just see it just loll forward and just slide slightly on the ground as it comes to a halt.
Nice.
Take a sigh of breath
Agnes
as you're
is
no
on
longer being eaten by things.
My pickup down before I forget.
I use. Yeah, I'm going to use my second wind.
Alright. Roll to heal.
Roll d10 plus 4, 11. That's good.
You're now at 14 health.
And then I kill the party. No.
Hey.
Yeah, right. Considering that you lost like the vast majority of your health to one bite when you pissed off a monster.
It bit my nipple. That's why I did so much damage.
Oh, God.
Anyways.
Oh.
Can I go?
Make another Constitution saving throw, please, Arsene.
Savangil hands Agnes the antitoxin that Agnes gave her.
Oh, that's better.
You were meant to drink
successfully
it. Sure.
don't take any poison damage.
Agnes
I'm-
just sat on the floor.
Oh
Like,
no, wait. Sorry, you do. It's a
bad.
DC of 12.
Shit.
Oh,
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
God.
I
That's
rolled
fine.
11.
I'm going to go after
Savangil
my
just
horse.
gives her the antitoxin. Please, you need take this, take this, take this.
Right. You
It is
discharge
not
a bottle
going
of
to-
antitoxin to which you drink. Make another Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Oh, I forgot to do my healing. It wasn't my turn. Never mind.
No
I
longer
finally
full.
made it. Thank you.
Oh my god, if you just kept on rolling low and burnt through
Mm.
all of their healing.
Let's be honest. It's me. I would. Thanks,
All right.
Annabelle.
A couple
Right.
seconds
You should
pass.
thank Agnes and Cerno. They made it.
These creatures disappear.
Zerno's gonna do cure wounds. Oh, you can do the you can press the arrow keys to move the thing you have selected around.
Did you not know this?
No, I didn't. That's really cool. I didn't know that. I'm gonna cure wounds you, Agnes. There you go. Get a little back.
I'm somewhat going after my horse.
Make a perception check. Nah.
Oh, that's to find the horse, right?
Perception 15.
Looking around, you notice that the horse is slowly making its way up the trail of the winding cliffs further away. It doesn't seem particularly happy with this current state of affairs. This creature also appears very close to death, and not like it's quite in the mood for being ridden.
I know, I'm still gonna try to go up and calm it down.
All right. It will take you a fair while to follow this running at full.
Zerno's gonna
I'm
go try and find the
sprinting
other
after
one.
it at this point.
The other one was not hit by a thunder wave and was just being sensible and staying out of the way. This one is still perfectly fine, has taken no damage, is a little disturbed by everything that's happened, and seems a bit uneasy, but you are able to somewhat garner its nerves.
There you go. It's okay.
Can I start? We're not going to be able to carry these things, are we? I'm assuming.
No. These are
Okay.
very-
And we can assume the glands we want are in the head. Yes?
Make a nature check if you're going to try and remove them.
Salivary glands.
Uh-huh.
But you don't know where they are in this creature. All right, Agnes, as you set about with your finely honed dagger, you kind of slowly cut away and cut further and further into this creature. It's weird. Its salivary glands aren't actually stored in its mouth.
Uh-huh.
As you cut further in, you eventually get into becoming part of its throat. And you do notice that it does actually have them here. One of them has been slightly nicked already, in the fact with Arsene constantly trying to cut its head off. However, the other one seems somewhat intact, and you're able to somewhat cut it out. It doesn't seem to have taken much damage. It's not a pristine salivary gland, but you have one venom basilisk salivary gland.
Can I do the same on the stone one? I assume that's the stone one.
Yeah, it is the stone one, which is still sort of just piled in a corner. Make another nature check, and I'll see if you're going to try and do it on that one. Make one as well. All right.
10 for the stone one.
I would like to help her.
Please help.
It's
Do I
a
still have
natural
bardic
one.
inspiration? Can I use that? Does that count? No.
I mean, you can waste it if you want, but that's a natural.
Waste it.
Please.
Hopefully this should be it for...
That's a failure.
Like, doesn't she get advantage because Seven Girl's trying to help her?
Not really. There's not much you can exactly do with this in the terms of trying to help. This is both a creature you don't really have any idea of, and as Arsene starts to cut through and into it, when you finally find one of the salivary glands, you accidentally cut into it, and you kind of annoyed at yourself, pull away. As you go to cut the other one out, you notice that the shaft of your arrow is sticking.
Oh, God damn it.
Uh,
I rolled a 10 for the stone one.
Agnes,
I thought
knowing where they are is a boon to you. You still
Mhm.
unfortunately cut into one of them, but you are able to retrieve a somewhat alright conditioned stone basilisk salivary gland.
So do we have
Um,
2 then?
You have 1 venom and 1 stone.
Need to look. Right. That's
You're right there,
okay.
Jam.
Yes. How big are their legs?
Hmm? The legs,
Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh no.
about the size of yours,
Tail.
And
even
Savangel
longer.
take some nails from these guys.
You're able to, I mean, it's claws, and you have to sort of pry them off, and it's quite difficult. You almost have to resort to just slamming a dagger down onto them again and again, and then sawing away. It's like eventually get a house.
How many?
Say about 5.
after sulking for a bit while Savangel does that, can I then attempt to take some scales? Some pelt?
They are. You know what? Make another nature check.
Here comes another natural one. I would like to roll the bardic inspiration. What is that again?
Savangal's bardic inspiration is currently a D6. 15. Yeah, this creature is mostly legs and stony, jutty out bits along its back. The only real place you can sort of try and get some of this hide from is its underbelly, to which you spend a little bit of time sort of trying to get at it, and you realize this is going to take a very long while to get a very small amount of hide. Do you want to continue with it?
I would like to change course and heart. See what goes
And
heart.
It's heart, all right. So instead, you sort of cut in, and you find a very weird basilisk heart. After cracking through ribs, cutting through lungs, muscle, a very wide throat, you are able to get to a peculiar shaped organ, which you believe might be the heart. You sort of tenuously cut it out. You now have a basilisk heart.
Can Savangel see if she can take the eyes?
All right, roll another nature check.
Agnes is after the whole paw, foot.
Hmm?
What would you call it?
The
Well,
whole
it's paw.
The foot, paw. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you said whore. That was really good.
I know. I had
Okay.
to double check.
Paw.
I mean, Agnes had to slowly drag this the one basilisk out of a hole down,
Mhm.
which
Wait.
takes great effort on Agnes's part because this is
She
such a
not strong.
large and heavy creature. Savangal, you look at this creature; it does indeed have eyes. Now looking at it, now it's dead. They are actually quite small, quite beady. They are a sort of greyish color, and this particular one has a green iris. You are able to, using just your claw, kind of get in around the eye, both eyes out.
Ew.
Yay!
Nice sound
It
effects.
gets both or just one?
Both. Since the killing blow only pierced its neck. Agnes,
Can I get a foot of each?
I mean,
So weird.
yes, but it's still a large thing.
Find the claws of each. The claws foot worth of.
I mean, I'm not saying you can't take a foot. I'm just saying it's about, I don't know, half the length of your thigh. These are large creatures.
Claws worth of. The claws off one foot. Yeah.
Claws?
Mhm.
Yeah, you're able to get about 4 or 5 claws off it.
Off
the
one
most-
of them?
the-
Or both?
Off one creature, you'll be able to get about 4 or 5 relatively pristine claws. Not all of them are in nice shape or form. There are ones which are chipped, half broken through.
Mm-hmm.
This thing has to, it's constantly walking over stone, digging at stone. Its claws, only a few of them are still in good fashion.
Do these ones have spines like the pictures that Google came up with?
Yeah, that's what the blue and red spiky things are. Those are
Cool.
rocky spines sticking out of its back.
Can I get some of them?
No,
No.
you have already you have spent approximately 3 hours dicing up these basilisks.
Do I have the
Agnes
horse
is
now?
that.
You have got the horseback. Point note: you spent 3 hours dicing up these basilisks.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a perception check before you start on the claws. Actually,
Oh no.
They start turning to stone.
no, but Agnes, you do think you hear the sounds of large creatures. And when I say large creatures, I'm saying creatures about the size of the things you've just killed. Down to the southern path.
Maybe we should leave.
I get the claws and tell the others, right, let's go.
Getting the
Go,
claws
go.
take a while.
But I want.
Yeah, but you've already dissected 2 of them to retrieve their salivary glands, and then Arsene and Savangal have been working on that one jointly to fail at retrieving one salivary gland.
Fine.
Get
I
some
don't
eyes
get the claws. Just let go.
Did Zero retrieve the horse?
That horse, yes, that horse is perfectly fine. Nar's horse looks very worse for wear. You guys also now no longer have enough horses to people ratio.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Time to get on the
Savangal
cart.
would like to cast Healing Word on Nar's horse.
Roll, please. Seven, nice. The horse is almost back to full health.
Yay.
And the horse seems to calm down considerably upon hearing Savangal's soothing melody, weirdly enough, on the bagpipes. And as she plays these, Agnes, you hear the sound of getting louder.
Let's go. Go. Go.
Alright.
Savangal like, okay, who's getting a horse? Because I can run pretty far in a quick burst.
Cerno just wild
using your-
forms into a horse.
That answers that then.
I
Alright.
mount up.
You mount up your. Make an animal handling check.
I figured that was what's going to happen.
As you try and mount up, the horse gets very nervous and starts not quite bucking, but you're not able to literally swing your leg up. You start to do so, and as it starts looking like it's going to buck, you're wise enough to not try and continue this course of action.
Fine, we
Savangal
walk.
would like to attempt to play the bagpipes and try to calm the horse down some more.
That sound is getting louder, Agnes.
Poor Cerno is currently
Let's
cantering
go.
around, ready to go.
Agnes
It pulls
takes
up.
this horse instead.
Okay.
Agnes is on that horse. Cerno is a horse. I am not getting his horse icon just because it's going to be on here for. Savangal, Arsene, you
Nah,
notice that
get
Nar isn't
on.
able to really get on his horse. His horse isn't looking too happy.
Savangal is going to try to calm and distract the horse while he tries to mount up on it.
Night Eyes is going to help by sending calming emotions.
All right, Nar,
Arsene,
make
get
another
on a
animal
horse.
handling check with advantage.
Okay.
Actually, no, straight flat, I'd say.
Which one horse am I get?
Yeah, no, Nar's horse doesn't want Nar on it.
Nar, get on the other horse and we'll get on this horse.
Fine.
All
I
right,
mount Cerno.
Oh, don't say it like that.
Savangal, the horse is much happier with you getting onto it.
Arsene, get on this horse now.
Which horse does Arsene get on?
I don't know. What's
Agnes
happening?
with Agnes.
little
Agnes is
Agnes on it.
dragging her. Agnes is grabbing her and getting her.
And with that, you guys quickly make your way back down the mountain. And with that, I say we should call it a session.
When we go.
Oh god.
Congratulations, guys.
Oh,
You
God.
didn't die.
We came close. It got hairy.
Oh, you bit.
God.
Very
I just
hairy.
mean
You were also smart enough to not attack the goblins. Congratulations.
Yeah, they just seem like nice fellas, you know? I'm so glad. I'm so glad I just said hi.
I need to get
Yeah.
ready for work. God damn it.
And there you go. We shall call it a session. I hope everyone.
It was great, thank you.
We shall pick
I
this up
enjoyed it.
as the Seercasts make their way back to Mapletide in an effort and see if they can actually get the resurrection ritual to bring back to life. If they make it
Yes.
in time.
Fingers crossed.
Yes. Alright. Sub, give the outro. I don't trust Ninja, and Purple's just gonna do her thing anyway.
Welcome to this episode of
This is
Dummies
why I
and
don't
Dice.
trust you, Ninja.
You've
You're
been
why I have trust
watching-
issues.
You've been
Wow.
why I have trust issues. You've been watching Dummies and Dice. I hope you enjoyed. We should be here next time next week.
Hopefully.